The Ramble Football Club is proudly sponsored by Glasby Pallets, offering a one-stop solution for all of your pallet needs. Get in touch now on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. And thank you again to Sonny and the team for their continued support of Ramble FC.
Good evening and welcome to Ramble FC for another Championship Watchalong live under the lights on a Friday night. It's a game that, like most games in the Championship at the moment, could have huge implications for both the promotion race and the battle to stay away from relegation. And these two teams apply to that. So Blackburn Rovers obviously looking to work their way away from that bottom three under a new manager in Michael O'Neill. And Preston obviously looking to kick on now after what was recently a poor run of defeats. They seem to have turned things around a little bit recently, become hard to beat again, and they'll be looking for a good away performance and hopefully come away with at least a point, maybe even three tonight to kick on and try and get into that top six again. But before we go into a little bit more detail about the game, I just want to introduce my guest tonight. So as usual, I won't be doing this alone. I'll be joined by our resident refereeing expert, not just our resident refereeing expert, but an indispensable member of the team on Top 20 Takes and all aboard the Championship. It's my mate, the man in black, Gaz Dunn. How you doing, pal?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, pal?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm looking forward to this. I love a bit of Friday night football. It kicks off the weekend, doesn't it? And a bit of Championship football under the floodlights is a good way to start it, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't beat it. As Chrissy Wilder says, at the lane under the lights, not the lane tonight up at Ewood Park. But yeah, I don't think you can beat Championship football on a night 1945 2000 hour kickoff. You can't beat it, can you?
Well, it's that competitive element of it, isn't it? We all love the Premier League and we love the quality of it and the fact that it's this worldwide juggernaut of a product now. But the Championship and EFL football in general gives us that constant competition. You know, the teams are so close, aren't they? Even tonight, you look at Blackburn; they're down near the bottom, but they've got some good players in their team. Preston, you know, looking for a top six place, and we know it'll be competitive tonight, or more than likely it'll be competitive. Most of the games at this level are. But before we get into the game, mate, we're going to have a little look at the league table and at the lineups just to see how things are shaping up going into this game. Just a little bit of a word from the main man, Jimmy, on behalf of our sponsors.
Do you want your favourite replica shirts for the World Cup? Check out okjersey.com. It's high-quality jerseys starting from just £15. I love mine. From modern-day shirts to the old classics that we all love. Use the code RAMBLE at the checkout to get 8% off your order. Get ready for the World Cup in style. And thank you to OK Jersey for their support of the Ramble.
Yeah, that's right. OK Jersey. So if you look at the banner at the bottom of the screen here, you can use the code RAMBLE to get 8% off your order as well. I've got a couple of shirts from OK Jersey, an England 1991 and a Baggio Italy 94 shirt, which hang proudly in my wardrobe. They're really nice replica jerseys. Have got some really nice retro ones and some modern day ones as well. So be sure to go and check that out if you haven't already. But moving on to the game, mate, and I'm just going to bring the team news up. And I think between us, we know enough about these two teams, don't we? There are a few Blackburn players there that I'm not as familiar with as the others. Obviously, Morishita, Jorgensen, Gudjonsson, the three up top for Blackburn are players that I'm familiar with and have impressed me this season at times, despite Blackburn struggles. What have you made of the home side this season, Gaz? They've underperformed a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they have a little bit. I think O'Neill's done a good job recently. You look at their form recently, and they're pushing on at the moment. They lost to Norwich, but let's be honest, Norwich are in form and pushing up that table probably quicker than most. You've got Hull are pushing well above their weight. Let's be honest at the moment. They lost to Swansea, which I think is the one that sticks out, where I think they probably a bit disappointed with that result. And then they drew against Watford. And you think about that, Watford are hit and miss. You never know which team are going to turn. They're very much like Bristol City for me, Watford. You never know who's going to turn up. And then they beat QPR at the weekend quite convincingly as well, 3-1. So, yeah, Blackburn are a bit unlucky where they are at the moment, and I think they'll be safe come the end of the season, personally.
I tend to agree with you. I think they'll find a way to punch their way out. And I kind of felt like that the whole time with them. I thought it was the end of the road for Ishmael. I wasn't surprised when he went. I thought he maybe would have gone a little bit sooner. But they've got an experienced manager under Michael O'Neill. And with some of the players they've got, I agree with you. I think they're probably going to be okay. But tonight's a test for them against a Preston side that, started the season really well. And then hit the brakes a little bit recently, had a run of defeats. And in the last 3 games, I think it's 5 points, got a win and a couple of draws. And they're looking a little bit more difficult to beat again. They've got some players that I like. I was just looking at the lineup there at the bottom of the screen. Lewis Dobbin is one that I've picked out before as a player that, I think a lot of other Championship big hitters would quite admire, would quite like to have in their team as an attacking option. Alfie Devine is a player that was linked with our parish at one point. He was linked with a move to Sheffield United. That didn't come off. He ended up at Preston. And Ben Whiteman as well in their lineup, another player that we know, a former Sheffield United player as well, Gaz. What do you make of Preston? Because they really dropped off, didn't they? And Paul Heckingbottom, we know, is a solid operator at this level. We know from first-hand experience of that. Do you think there's time for them to kind of continue this little turnaround and get into the playoffs?
Yeah, I do. I like Paul Heckingbottom. I always have, to be honest with you. He's quite forward talking, good coach. I've got no problems with Paul Heckingbottom. To be honest, I would have quite happy to keep him at the lane if it wasn't for the person that was coming in after him, to be honest with you. But I look at their side. I like Alfie Devine. I like Lewis Dobbin. Shocked that Jebo's on the bench, to be honest with you, because he's there. Out of Devine, Dobbin and Jebo, they're the 3 most people that have been involved in their goals this season. Everyone says they've dropped off a little bit, they did in that period, but you've got to look at the teams that are playing. It was the Derbys, the Hulls, you know what I mean? Borough, yeah, they got absolutely annihilated by Borough, but to be honest with you, when I saw them at the lane, I'm not surprised. Great result against Ipswich. I thought that was a really good draw for them. Ipswich are a really good side, and I've said it previously. I think they're probably the strongest side in the league as well. And then obviously Portsmouth 1-0 win, just like the Blaze did. I saw that game last weekend, so I know how hard it is to go to Portsmouth and get a result. Yeah, their game was at home, but they're organised, Portsmouth. And then again, Watford, a 2-2 draw against Watford last weekend. You don't know, like I say, what Watford's going to turn up. So yeah, Preston are deservedly where they are in the league, and they can definitely push on tonight. It's going to be a close game tonight. I couldn't call this one, to be honest with you.
It's going to be tough to call, isn't it? And Preston have got Osmajic back up front, who's a player that divides opinion, certainly. Got himself into a lot of trouble a couple of times recently for headbutting, once for biting earlier in the season. As Man Mountain said earlier in the week on All About the Championship, he's a manager's nightmare in a way, because at this level he is a bit of a weapon. He's a very useful centre forward, but gets himself into some bother and get himself suspended quite often, or into the referee's notebook. And something you'll be familiar with, and you'll be able to guide us through the officials' performance tonight as well, Gaz. So anything that you see, you'll be able to pick up on and give us your opinion of. I know you've got to be careful, mate. You've got to be thoughtful about your colleagues as well. And it's a difficult job, don't we?
Yeah, they do have a difficult job, especially at championship level. It is quick paced. It is frantic at times. But all I try and provide really is just their thought process of what they may be thinking. I am not a championship referee. I'm not a Premier League referee. I'm not a Football League referee. But I understand it. I've been on the women's professional game now for quite some time, so I understand it from the process point of view, and I'll always be open and honest with it, and that. So, but yeah, I think it'll be a good game tonight. I think when you look at Osmajic, he's dealt with these sort of players before. You know what I mean? I can't remember if Mousse was still there when he was there. I can't remember. He might have left, but he was a difficult player to deal with. So he would have been. I'm pretty sure he was thereabouts in the under-21s then, if he wasn't manager at United at the time. So I think he's got the capacity to deal with difficult players. I'm surprised he's in tonight, personally. I thought Jebel would have started, but that's me. But yeah, you are right. At this level, he's got the ability to turn a game on its head on his own.
He has, and it's good that they've got these options as well, which is what you need at this level with 46 games in a season, and they come thick and fast. You need the options, don't you? I was just trying to screen share there. I was hopeful of getting the league table on. For whatever reason, the screen share on this occasion is not working for me. But just to give people an insight as to what the table looks like, Preston are currently 8th in the table. And they are level on points with Wrexham in 7th and Derby in 8th. So actually a point tonight away from home for Preston would push them back into that top 6. Obviously at this stage, you're always hoping for 3 points to kick on and try and catch up with that that front 5, let's say, Hull in 5th upwards, guys who have created a little bit of a gap, and the teams behind them will be looking to catch up a little bit and close that and try and consolidate a playoff place for themselves. Blackburn down in 20th, so they are 2 places above the relegation zone on 35 points, 3 above Leicester. It's a huge game for both teams, isn't it, tonight?
Yeah, and to be honest, we've not mentioned it yet. This is a Lancashire derby. These teams don't like each other. It's not a Blackburn Burnley, which is probably the bigger derby out in that neck of the woods, but it's still a derby, and they ain't going to want to lose. And there is like you said, there's a lot on the line. Blackburn win tonight, and that puts them I'm just looking at the table now. That'll put them 6 points clear of the relegation zone, which is a good buffer to go into with the likes of West Brom, Leicester, who can't seem to get a point anywhere at the moment. And then when you look at the top of the table, Preston, they've been there or thereabouts all season. Wrexham have pushed on recently. Derby have as well, but they've been pretty much in the top 6 majority of the season. So. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. There's a lot riding on this.
There is, and the teams are just coming out now, so they're lining up with the officials just in front of the tunnel. And just before we get to kickoff, I'm going to try and just get through the first few comments of the evening. So we've got the gatekeepers here. Ian says, "Good evening, Lou and Gaz. Putting all my eggs in one Coventry basket and hoping for a Blackburn win." I think that's right, Ian, because obviously as the Blades who are joining this will know, but maybe some of the other viewers won't know, or maybe they do. There's something riding on this for Sheffield United fans this evening and on that West Brom Coventry game tomorrow, because the 2 teams just above that relegation zone, Blackburn and West Brom inside the relegation zone as well at the moment. In fact, they're not. They're 4th bottom, aren't they? Leicester are inside the relegation zone. But those 2 teams, as long as they're not on more than, or as long as the team 4th bottom, I think it is not on more than 35 points going into Sunday, there's a chance that Sheffield Wednesday could be relegated at the end of the Steel City derby, which obviously a lot of Blades are rubbing their hands at. A lot of Wednesday fans are dreading. But this game has implications for that as well. However, Sheffield United have got playoff ambitions, as we know, and we'll be hoping that actually the bigger picture is that Preston don't win, and they're one of the teams that we can catch, and there are a few teams that we need to catch. Lots of potential for the playoff chasers to drop points this weekend. Ian says that gap could narrow. It certainly could, mate. And as we've talked about, Gaz, on All Aboard the Championship, unpredictable, isn't it? That clutch of teams chasing the playoffs and even the teams in it, you just don't know from one week to the next what result they're going to get. No, you don't. I think my prediction from the weekend, when it goes that way, is I think Sheffield United will be 4 points off the playoffs come Sunday afternoon. That's my belief, because I'll be honest, I think this is a draw tonight. I really do. I think Blackburn are coming into a bit of form, getting harder to beat. Preston coming into a bit of form after playing some top teams recently. So I see that one going that way. I don't see Wrexham getting a result this weekend. So my belief is it'll be down to 4 points. As for going into those at S6, I'm hoping that Coventry beat West Brom tomorrow, because I am so looking forward to going to the lane and sending them down. I really am. It'd just be the cherry and the icing and everything on the cake, wouldn't it, for Blades? And normally this kind of thing we're denied. We do have to remember as well, although it seems like it's going to be a formality, we still have to beat them. It's still a game of football that we have to go and win, isn't it, for more reasons than one. So there is that element of it as well. But we'd like the opportunity for sure. Steph's in the comments. Evening, Lou and Gaz. Be great to see you after the game on Sunday. I won't be there, Steph. So unfortunately, I won't catch you, mate. I'll be on duty here on your screen. But Gaz will be there, I believe. In fact, Gaz, you're staying over, aren't you? So you're going to be there tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, I'm there Saturday night and Sunday night. I've put Monday off because I'm expecting a big party on Sunday. Once I didn't get any women's FA Cup game or a women's National League game this weekend, which we find out at 4:00. That was it. I was straight up booked my hotels. Well, booked my hotel. I'm staying at the United Hotel, and we've got a whole weekend there, me and Steph, and the lucky mascots coming with us and watching the game. So.
I bet you were bouncing with no Mike Duffy. Bet you're bouncing with no Mark Duffy to stop you. I said Mike Duffy. Then I've got a colleague in America called Mike Duffy. Bouncing with no Mark Duffy to stop you, I should say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's just say that. I mean, if you see my comments in the Platinum group on Monday and Tuesday, you kind of understand my feelings towards how much I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be messy.
You and me both.
A corner here to Preston already.
Yeah, and we should get synced up, actually. The one thing we've not done so far. So at the moment, I'm on 53 seconds. Where are you?
Oh, I'm on 127.
Oh, crikey. Okay. So if you won't mind pausing, I'll tell you when I'm there. So what have you paused on?
I'm paused on 133.
Okay, so I'm on 105. Wow, you're way ahead of me.
Yeah, I've got it in two. I've got the big screen over there, and then I have the replay this side. So.
Gotcha. I'm on 115, and they're just about to take the corner that you mentioned. So yeah, the game is kicked off, as Gaz says, and we got Blackburn in the traditional blue and white halves, and Preston in an away kit of I want to say fluorescent yellow with blue sleeves. Yeah, I should say, and that's all. The corner just rattled off the top of the bar. So I'm on 136, 137, 138.
So I'm on 135, 136, 137, 138. So I'm only a few seconds behind.
I'm on 147 now. I'll just stop for 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go.
5. We should be in sync now.
We're there or thereabouts. I've got it in fast speed over there, but I watch this one more there. So if I'm talking and I'm looking there, it's because I'm watching it there on my other monitor. I've got stats on this monitor, and then the TV's over there in the background that Steph's watching. Well, she's just told me.
We've got Preston clearing the ball forward from the left back position. Blackburn heading it back into the Preston half. It's just pinging around in that centre circle at the moment. No one's really got it under any control, but Blackburn bring it down, and they look to play out now from just inside their own half. They come over halfway.
Yeah, just to give a bit of context there, when it's like this for a referee, it's really hard. So what we try and do is we try and get ahead of play and stand between the defensive line and the midfield. And at times that can be really difficult if it's just pinging, trying to get into a position and get a high line, as we say, before it starts coming that way. We want to be there already, so we aren't going to make up that ground, and be in a credible position when then big decisions come our way.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the way the game moves as well, and the pace of it at that level, guys, I don't know how they do it. I'm one of the rare people, and you wouldn't think so the way I used to play. And the way I was with referees when I did play, but as a spectator and a fan watching top level football, I do have some sympathy for them, because it's not a job that I would like to do, and I think that's why I take that attitude. I think if someone said, "Here's the whistle, here's the notebook and the cards, you do it," I'd say absolutely no chance, no thank you. So again, people in your line of work, Gaz, I've got a little bit of sympathy and admiration for, I have to be honest. It's and the higher you go, the tougher it gets, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It very much comes death by video. I think I did show people one of my offsides, how tight it was, and it's so tight. And I was adamant on the day, and I was literally centimeters out on getting it wrong. And it's that cutthroat. It really is. And I joke with Jimmy, and I'm still happy to speak to Sheffield and Hampshire FA. I think we should do a Blades Ramble or a Ramble referee course. I really do, because as a referee developer, I can deliver that, and yeah, it'd be really good if we could do that.
there'd be some comedy in it at the very least. I'd have to say it'd be interesting to see how everyone would get on. You'd imagine some people would be better at that than others within our
Yeah,
group.
my mountain's not allowed to attend.
Not too right. And Blackburn now just knocking the ball out of play in the press. Now it started quite scrappy, a little bit cagey. It's quite condensed in the middle of the pitch here, isn't it? Preston now just looking to play out from the back. That's Crosty Hughes at right back, and he's back to the goalkeeper now. And started off just very cagey here. Over to the left back position for Preston, with the Spud Brothers Spud Bros sponsor on the front of the shirt. Love that. I
didn't even know what that was until my kids told me when we were in Dubai earlier in the year. We went to the F1 and they were going, "Oh, there's a Spud Brothers freaking kiosk. Can we go? I'm like, what is it? A jacket potato? I'm like, didn't enthusiasm. I didn't have much enthusiasm for it. Let's just say that.
I had no idea. I mean, I love a jacket potato, but I had no idea until I saw it on the shirt, and then the missus told me, and it's a couple of lads that have done really well selling jacket potatoes. Just shows you've done it. You've got a dream, and and you can pick anything, and you can be great at it. But Preston looking to work their way forward now. Blackburn getting this press quite right, squeezing that middle area, stopping Preston from playing out. But looks like Devine draws a foul from Carter just over halfway.
I think that's the biggest lot of possession we've had in the first 6 minutes or so there, isn't it? Yeah. Preston getting their foot on the ball and just trying to move it around a little bit and stretch Blackburn there.
Well, just while they take that free kick, I'll just get back into a few more comments, because that's the one thing I've learned. You've got to keep up with that. Mikey says cozy, but then he corrects it and says coys. Mikey. So Mikey, if I'm not mistaken, is my brother-in-law. So he knew I was on tonight, so he's obviously come on to check it out. He's a massive Spurs supporter and a proper one as well. He's a North London boy, so and he lives just down the road from me. So thanks, Mike, for joining, mate. Really appreciate that.
See, when I say coys, I think of companies, because that's what we abbreviate our companies to within the battalions. I was like, coys?
It means something else to you.
No, you Spurs, got you.
When they do COIB for Come On You Blades, it don't work for me. I don't like that abbreviation. It just doesn't.
No, I think it only works with S.
Yeah, I agree. And it looked like a foul throw, yeah, but I just missed it.
I don't was on there. I missed that. Sorry there. I missed that.
Yeah, it looks like a foul throw.
Was it a damaged ball? I'm not sure. I think the ball might have. I'm not sure there, to be honest. I missed that. Put in the comments if you saw that. And
yeah, please do. The ball's back in play now. It's gone out again now. So Preston just trying to work the ball into the box on their left.
Yeah, in fact, I think that ball's damaged, because I've just seen the referee there go to the ball boy and pointed to give the ball back up that end, even though he's put it back on the cone. And that. So yeah, I think there's a defect on that ball, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's got to have been, actually, because I think Preston just retook it in the end. But Blackburn looking to break away now. Morishita with a ball forward to, is that Goodjohnson? Yeah, it's Goodjohnson with the ball now. Oh no, it might be Jorgensen. That I couldn't catch who that was. Cross comes in from the left, and that's gone out of play for a corner. So it's come off the Preston defender.
Yeah, referees in purple tonight as well, and just for a reason why they're not in black is because just to give a bit of context, the Blackburn goalkeeper's in black. So we always try and make sure we don't match the keepers, and we don't obviously match the teams. Don't get me wrong, there is times where we might match the keeper, and we try and get the keepers in separate colours as well. Just don't watch Middlesbrough versus Sheffield United.
Yeah, they were both in head to toe full yellow, weren't they? Bright yellow. Yeah. And in fact, wasn't there was a situation where they were both stood in the penalty area at one point as well. I think Cooper went up to the corner. Preston clear that at the near post now.
Not much happening in the first 10 minutes, is there? It's nobody's really got their foot on the ball and controlled the game yet, really. Yeah,
it's a little bit standoffish at the minute. It's gone back to the Blackburn keeper Toth, and he's gonna knock one forward from just about 25 yards out from his goal, and Preston deal with that no problem and clear the ball forward. Going back into the comments, it's Thom not Tom with evening gents. Should be an interesting game with so much at stake. Hope you're both well. Thank you, Thom. He's actually Tom, but because of Jimmy, I just call him Thom now.
He's a good lad. He's a good lad.
He's a lovely lad, and thanks for joining us, mate. Really appreciate it. He's been a good addition to the Ramble, hasn't he? A fairly recent one as well. Jimmy's in. Evening, boys. Hi, mate. Evening, Jimmy. Blades Ranger says, "Hi, gentlemen. A Blackburn win could be a good result for us, Blades. I can't wait for the Wednesday game. I reckon we'll win 4-0 and close the gap to the playoffs. Up the Ramble, up the Blades. Like and subscribe. Thank you, mate."
I don't disagree with him. You know, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself with Sunday. I really am. Normally, I'm not like this. I hate derby days. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. I really am, because I think it could be 4 or 5. It's definitely got that potential. But I'm trying not to get ahead of myself.
It easily could, but there's that bit of me that says, you know, they're going to park the bus and make it very, very difficult at times to get in behind them as well. Not that that's particularly our strength. It's not necessarily the way we play to try and use pace and get in behind teams. But it still makes it difficult. You still got to pick them open when they sit deep, and they'll make it as difficult as they can. They'll try and slow things down and go down if they get a touch and things like that. They just will. They'll make it hard for us, especially at Bramall Lane. But hopefully, quality and determination will prevail.
Yeah, Preston just had their first shot. We've had a first shot on target, low shot. I didn't see who take it, but Tooth gets down quite easily to it. So yeah, Preston first shot on target.
Just see Paul Heckingbottom there on the sideline giving some instruction to Lewis Dobbin.
It is. It might be Tobin, actually. Yeah, it is. Breaks into the box and just gets his shot off.
It's a good running shot, that, isn't it? He does well there.
Yeah, he does well to get his shot off, to be honest with you. There, keeper does well. You'd expect him to save that mind. But yeah.
Preston on the attack again here. Just Blackburn defender just about getting that away. And now cleared down the Blackburn left, Preston's right. And now it's out for a throw-in to Blackburn. About 10-15 yards inside their half. Mr. Meldrew says, "Hey up, lads. Hope you're both well. Look forward to seeing you Sunday. Does this Blackburn game have any implications on Sunday?" Yeah, we were just saying at the top of it, mate. It does. It does. So if Preston win tonight and Blackburn come away with nothing, it leaves Blackburn on 35 points. And is there then in theory, a team that mathematically Sheffield Wednesday could catch? Of course, they're not going to, but it would be one way to leave the door open for United relegating Wednesday on Sunday. I think with the playoff picture being as it is, and we're chasing, and Preston are in that chasing pack just behind it. You know, the bigger picture is we probably don't want Preston to win this game. We probably want Blackburn to win it, but it's tempting, isn't it, to want a Preston win with what's at stake on Sunday as well.
Yeah, I'm putting my eggs in Coventry beating West Brom, to be honest with you, and I think I'm trying to be a bit level-headed with it, where I think I prefer Blackburn to win tonight. For somebody that lived in Preston as well for about a year or two as well, I went to the North End a few times, and I think I still want Blackburn to win this one. I really do.
I meant to ask you about that, because your accent sometimes has a bit of a northwest twang to it, doesn't it? So what's the story behind that?
So I was born. Here we go. I'm letting. There's a corner here as well to Blackburn. I'm letting the cat out there. I was actually born in Aldershot. My dad was a Royal Engineer. So I was born in Aldershot. But I moved up to Sheffield when I was about 3 years old, and my mum and dad split up, and I stayed there. And then me and my mum moved up, and my brother moved up to Sheffield, and that's when I started following Sheffield United. And then when I was 17, I moved to Preston. I worked for CPC, which is a massive company in Preston, for a year or so, because I got deferred from the army. I was playing football. I did my cruise ship playing football when I was 16. So I actually had to wait 3 years to join the army. So I moved to Preston and worked in Preston for a little bit. Worked at Meadowhall for a little bit as well, and just waiting to join the army. And then I finally joined the army when I was 20. So yeah, I lived in Preston for nearly 2 years, from about 17 till 19. And then literally not long after that, I met Steph. So I met Steph when I was 20, and then joined the army, and then life's gone on from there.
Well, so that's where it comes from then, because I do hear it a little bit sometimes, and it's people tell me now that there's a little bit of a southwest element creeping into my voice, despite the fact that I was born and raised in Sheffield, lived there for 20 odd years. So yeah, it doesn't take long for local accents to creep in, does it?
No, I lived in Germany for 10 years. I lived in Germany from 2004 to 2015. Came back for a year in between with work, and that was it. And then ever since then, I've pretty much lived in Wiltshire now for 10 years. Wow, yeah, geez, we've been here 10 years this year. August this year, we've been here 10 years. No, April this year, we've been here 10 years.
It was 10 years last year for me, moving down to the Bristol area. So yeah, we've been down here roughly the same amount of time.
In fact, it's earlier than that. I'm checking with the wife. It was April 2015, actually, weren't it? I started course 2015 in Borden, didn't I? We moved to Lynham then, didn't we? Yeah, so 2015, April 2015, I moved it back from Germany. But yeah, it goes quick. Some journey.
And just getting back to the game, Preston just working their way into the Blackburn half now. Just came over halfway with the ball. They're out on their left-hand side now. It's just played back.
Yes, man.
No. Now trying to work the ball over on the left. They keep trying to work their left-hand side. Blackburn's right, the Preston. And they're not getting very far at the moment. Blackburn just holding a shape, keeping it tight. I think Blackburn have got an obvious plan to just try and keep things tight early on, stay in this game, and then maybe go and win it a little bit later. That seems to be the vibe I'm getting from Blackburn at the moment. Preston trying to step into them a little bit.
Yeah, so, definitely the case. It's a good crowd as well, to be honest, tonight. I know. I said earlier it's a derby, but Blackburn, I think they struggle for the fan base at the moment, don't they, a little bit? And if there's a Blackburn fan in the audience, let me know if I'm wrong. But my impression was you struggled to get fans in the stadium, but looks quite a good crowd tonight.
It does look like a good crowd, and like you say, it's probably the derby element, and also new manager coming in. Ishmael's gone, Michael O'Neill coming in, so probably a little bit of optimism and hope creeping back in as well. So Blackburn goalkeeper now just switching it over to the left-hand side towards Cashin. It was a player that got his move to Brighton at one point. It looked like he was really kicking on. He was going to be making himself a career in the Premier League, and it didn't quite work out for him, moving back down into the Championship now. But he was quite highly rated at one point, wasn't
he? Yeah. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, does it? I speak to a lot of footballers. We've got quite some good quality footballers at Armed Forces Football that I'm the secretary of, and I speak to some of them lads, and the margins are there are so slim. It really is so slim. If you're playing football league football, you're in the top 5%, 2%. It might even be higher than that. It might even be the top 2%. You're a good quality footballer, and it's just sometimes just that bit of luck, that bit of just that bit of attitude difference. I heard Gabby Bongalo talking actually on TalkSport this morning about stuff like this, where he went to Sheffield Wednesday and he couldn't even get in the first team. He couldn't even get in, and then he went back to Villa, and he just the thing that he said made it for him was he scored on his debut for the first team and then never looked back. But if he'd not scored on his debut, where would Gabby be now? You know what I mean? It's cutthroat. It really is cutthroat professional football.
It is, and incredibly difficult to make it, as you say. And it makes me laugh sometimes when and look, people say it every year, and you know, I've probably been guilty of it when I was younger, saying it in the past. But how people say every year, oh, it's a poor division this year, you know, referring to the Championship. It's never a poor division. They're all good players. They're really good players. They're good teams. It's just that they're all very close together. They're very evenly matched. There's not a lot between most of the teams in the division. There's maybe a bit of a difference to the bottom teams and the top 2 or 3. But all of the teams in the middle of that, they're very evenly matched, and they can all beat each other on any given day. So I never sign up to that idea that it happens to be a poor division this year. I certainly think it was a stronger one at the top last year, Gaz, with Leeds and Burnley. I don't think we've got teams like this time around. But I think we have a better clutch of teams in the middle. It's more competitive for me.
Yeah, we do say that every year, though, don't we? We do say that every year, but I think this year, compared to last year, where are we? 15th at the moment? aren't we? Sheffield United 15th in the league. We even spoke about Norwich the other day, 17th in the league, saying, could they make the playoffs? Team that's after 32 games are 17th in the league, and we're saying they might have a chance for the playoffs.
It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers.
It's like, come on, it is tight, and you look at it. It's the top three. I know Millwall are up there at the moment, but we've got a couple of games in hand. It's tight between them three. I can't remember when we dropped off last year. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was three teams that really pushed it last year, and then that was it, really.
Yeah.
I do say that, though. Now I'm thinking about it and going back on myself a little bit. I'd probably say Coventry, Borough and Ipswich are the top three teams in this league, just like Leeds, Sheffield United and Burnley were last season.
I think they are. I don't know if they're necessarily as strong. But at one point, you could have made an argument that Coventry were, because they looked like they were just going to absolutely run away with it, didn't they? I think last year Leeds and Burnley kind of stood the course. Sheffield United did for most of it, but I think we had that bad run near the end, didn't we? Which was around about April time. Just had
that's
we threw it away.
That is true. To be fair, that is true.
If we'd have won those games, we might not have caught them anyway. Well, we wouldn't have caught them anyway. I think we worked it out, didn't we? That if we'd have won the games that we lost, Leeds and Burnley were just so formidable last year at the level. Cashin looking to, he plays the ball back across to Carter over on the right. He looks to loft the ball forward towards Jorgensen, who lays it down. And cross comes in from Blackburn, and Preston goalkeeper gets there and rolls it out.
This is a close game, isn't it? Oh, referee.
Where
do you expect it to go, though? So you know how frustrating that is as a referee. So we'd potentially get marked down for that because we've got in the way on positioning and movement. He could not saying he will. He could get below standard for positioning and movement.
So how's that measured? Does that depend on who's judging it?
Yeah, it will do. So you have. I've got to pick up my report because I've actually just had a brain something that I won't say about. So you have best practice, which is you've done really well and you've done something really good. Expected, which is what you normally get majority of the time. Then you have development minor, which I think that might go down to. And then you have development major. I've never had a development major, but I've had development minor. That offside I had the other day was development minor. And that. So, that stuff like that can go against you as a referee. It depends how the observer in the stand sees that. Was there anything you could have done about that, or was it just unlucky? And 9 times out of 10, it is unlucky, to be fair.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because you constantly having to stay on the move and keep up with the game, and you might just happen to be there when, like in that instance where the Preston player is looking to play the ball back into his own half. I don't think the referee can really get out of the way there.
We get given stat packs about pass lanes and things like that. Believe it or not, I don't think people see how much referees actually look into their games at the weekend. We do look into it from a statistic perspective. Who passes to who the most? Where do Blackburn, for example, like to play out from? Who do they like to put it into in midfield? Just things like that. So you can position yourself. So you're not stopping. You'll see referees doing this a lot. They're scanning. They're looking where that potential pass is on for that defender or that attack, that midfielder. So you're not in the way of it.
Or while you're trying to keep an eye on incidents,
or while you're trying to keep an eye on incidents. Again, I do not know what you're complaining about there, mate.
Yeah, it looks like he's. I didn't catch that, but it looks like he's gone into the back of Morishita by the looks of things. Referee's pulled up.
Morishita is laughing about it, to be fair. We've had them both laughing about it.
The Blackburn get a free kick now just inside the Preston half on Blackburn's left-hand side. And positioning themselves just over on the opposite side towards the corner edge of that penalty area. So it looks like that's where they're going to be aiming for. They're going to loft it. Nice big diagonal ball across, and that's where it goes. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. It misses everyone. So 24 minutes gone. It's still Blackburn Rovers 0, Preston 0. I'll just get into a few more comments. Tracy says, watching this with a hubby, his team is Preston. Then he's watching our match Sunday, top man. And Dave Morwood, hello, Davey. Nice to see you, mate. Evening, Lewis and Gaz late to the party. Daniel the Blade says, we need Blackburn to win like 2-0 to help us out. Yeah, we do. I think we could do really with Blackburn winning this game.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're. Yeah, their goal difference is +4 at the moment, Preston, to be fair. Now, ours is obviously dead 0 at the moment.
Oh, yeah, so we're not a million miles behind them, which is pretty good recovery from us, given where we were earlier in the season. We were shipping goals at one point, weren't we?
Yeah, massively.
And, got a mate of ours, Paul Aldrich, in the comments. Remember to like, guys, too, please. Thank you, Paul. So, Paul, I first encountered on a Derby watch-along. I think, Paul, it was Derby West Brom, wasn't it, a few weeks ago, which West Brom got a late equaliser in that game. But Paul came along for the watch-along, and I think he's a subscriber now to Ramble FC, so top man. Thanks for joining us again. Gaz in the comments as well, just bumping up that, helping out with the algorithm there, aren't you, Gaz? That's
I do try.
I need to do that myself. I need to put a comment in there. Paul says 52 watching, only 15 likes. Come on, guys, you know what to do. Thank you, Paul. Big cheerleader for us. Appreciate that, mate. Thom's back. Appreciate the kind words, gents. Top lads, both of you. Thank you, Thom. I need to catch up with Thom. He was down in Bristol not long ago, and we were going to try and meet up. He was staying in our hotel about 15-20 minutes from where I live. I was going to go meet him for a drink, and due to family reasons, I couldn't make it in the end. But we'll do that next time. Next time you're in the area, I'll call him Tom now, not Thom. We've got a Tom not from and a Thom not Tom. I had to try and get that right then.
Oh,
you couldn't make it up, could you?
No, you couldn't make it up. It's all right. I get called Gary all the time. I'm a Gareth. It was about a Gaz, so I'm sure they're used to it as well.
Is it raining? Probably. It's been raining here all day.
Yeah. We've had about 3 weeks of non-stop rain. Don't matter where you are in the UK at the moment, does it?
It does not. Nick Knight knew draw doesn't help either team much. No. Well, maybe. I mean, but draw takes Preston into the playoffs. A draw for Blackburn is a point further away from the relegation zone. I mean, the teams down at the bottom generally don't win as many games. I think, every point's a precious one, certainly at this stage of the season, as well as we're going to the back half of things. But yeah, both obviously will be looking to get a win tonight. Those wins are all important, aren't they?
Yeah, and a draw's not a bad result for the Blades, really, if you look at it, to be honest with you. Preston getting a draw tonight, we get a win at the weekend. That's still 2 points gained. So every cloud. And keep hitting the like button, guys. It's slowly rising. I tell you what, we need to hire Paul. He's a proper cheerleader for us, top man. Yeah, he's a good lad.
Jimmy says he's going to jump in the Uber tonight, but I'm sticking with you boys instead. That's good to hear, mate. Just stay in the nice warm house with your fam. Get a drink on the go, mate, and enjoy the watch along. That sounds better than driving drunken people around the Yorkshire area.
That's true.
Which is inevitably what you'd be doing. Paul says, I knew there was a reason I liked you, son of a
sapper. So sappers are engineers, and my dad was an royal engineer.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So my guess is Paul's either a sapper or an ex-sapper. That'd be my guess. He's ex-royal engineers.
Let us know in the comments, Paul. Are you a sapper or an ex-sapper? We would like to know. Match weather. Oh, the match weather seems to be. Oh yeah, it's hard to tell. I've got a small screen here. Seems to be dry. I don't think it's raining at the moment, but I mean it's a good job if it's not, because Ewood Park, we know, does not drain well. We saw that they had a couple of games called off this season, haven't they? Where they do get heavy rainfall in the northwest typically, and certainly at this time of year. So they'll be hoping it certainly doesn't rain. Oh, a good cross towards the back stick. And I think it's Baraji for Blackburn gets up, and it looks like he's just about to connect well with that. Times his movement and his jump really well, but it just glances off his forehead and goes out for a Preston goal kick. But really good ball in that, Gaz, and it looked inviting, didn't it? Certainly one that back when I was playing, I'd have been all over that. That's the cross of your dreams, that, isn't it? You want to get on the end.
I think he's got to do better there. I think that's offside. That looks offside to me.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it. Yeah, I think he has to do a bit better there. I think he needs to hit the target. How tight is this? Oh, it's not even tight. It's not even a decision that.
No, it's not. You're right.
Like good decision, because sometimes things like that are hard. When everyone's breaking, it's so much easier to give an offside. Then when they're bouncing around like that, it can be difficult. He's probably asked the referee as well. There is that the referee would have given him attacker then as well over the comms, telling him the attacker's played it, so he knows that the defender's not played it, which is obviously critical when it comes to offside, especially when it's on the far side of the pitch for him as well.
We've got a Clarets fan in the comments as well. Preston fan tonight. Yeah, you are. I would expect so. Although I can't imagine that you've got much love for Preston, Burnley till I die. But certainly over these two teams, I would imagine you'd want Preston to win all day long. There's a massive rivalry, Burnley and Blackburn.
Yeah, massive. I think that's a lot bigger rivalry than Preston Burnley. I think.
Yeah, and Burnley, obviously not having the season they would have wanted, but probably a season more or less that they would have expected. I would say, Gaz, in the Premier League. I've got to say though, Burnley, I think they've been in games a lot this season. No one's really turned them over and battered them, have they? In this season, they've obviously struggled to pick up points and to score many goals. I think that's been Burnley's biggest problem. But they've been in games, and to be honest, they've looked all right. They've held their own against some tough opposition. But not enough goals and attacking threat in them, is there?
And I think that's what they always say, isn't it? It's that attack that matters in the Premier League more than anything. You can sit back, you can hold on, but if you ain't scoring goals, these teams are going to score against you eventually. So you need to be able to get something at the other end of the pitch, and that's why we pay 20, 30, 40 million for these attackers, and that because they're the ones that will keep you in the Premier League. And I think it's about buying your time. I think you find that player that you can buy for 20 million when you get promoted to give you 9, 10, 11 goals in the Premier League, you might have a chance. I think if you haven't got one player scoring double figures, I think it's difficult. I really do.
It's what Leeds have done this season, finding Calvert-Lewin, who's doing a job for them. He's been invaluable, hasn't he? But our Burnley fan also says that Plymouth game killed Jews last season with Wilder's rant. Yeah, I think that was it was a game I think where I felt like it's probably refereeing the way. So what happens if it happens twice, Gaz? So he's got a minor.
I will be very surprised. He's too close to play there, in my opinion, which is not easy. But the point is here, he's giving this to Blackburn. I'm guessing Preston. Let me watch it back again. I'm guessing Preston. I haven't seen what's happened there. Can't fully see what's happened there. Preston are obviously complaining.
He was stood too close to the play. Definitely, he was within a couple of feet.
But there would have been a reason by that. I'm guessing, as in he must predict plays going a different way. It's difficult. Honestly, it's so difficult, especially at this level, to know where to go. You always say as a referee, you need an out. You need to be wherever you go on the field of play. Right, where's your next movement? Where are you going? And this is This is while you're watching what's going on the pitch. You need to also look. You need to look where you're going next. You also need to anticipate play where you're going to go next, because if you don't, you'll end up behind play, and then you'll have a dog saw, as we say, or a penalty decision. A dog saw where you're out of position, you can't make a credible decision. So it is difficult. It really is. Oh, he could get booked for this, He could get booked for that.
Could get booked, McLaughlin there for holding Osmajic. And Blackburn were having a little bit of a spell there, mate. They're having a bit of possession.
Yeah. I think the referee's done well to give him the benefit of the doubt there, to be honest with you, because there's no attempt to play the ball. He knows what he's doing. He's got his shirt. In fact, fair play. I don't think that is. Looking back at that, I think the referee's made a good decision there. It's not a continuous hold. It's not excessive as such. It is a hold, but not excessive. So I think that's a correct decision. I think the yellow card. Well done by the referee there.
Yeah, and Preston looking to just settle things down from their point of view now, trying to build out from the back in just inside their half. Blackburn had a little bit of a spell there, a couple of balls into the box, a bit of possession up in Preston's third, and now Blackburn breaking again. Morishita to play the ball forward. and it looks like Jorgensen will chase that, but it'll be dealt with. Good defending from, I think that was Jordan's Story there.
Oh, don't get caught.
And ball intercepted by Baraji. He brings it forward. He's racing forward down the right-hand side, tries to put a cross in, and it's blocked by Alfie Devine. It goes out for a Blackburn corner. But Blackburn having a real spell here, mate, and Preston pending to their third a little bit. And bad pass out there. Baraji intercepts it and races forward. I've noticed Baraji once or twice in a couple of games. I think I saw him score in a recent game. He's quite a powerful midfield player. Looks quite useful, I have to say.
Yeah, he does like to get forward, doesn't he? And I don't think Hecky will be happy at the moment, to be honest with you. I think when it comes to derbies, you can easily, and this is the worry about the weekend as well, is it can become a scrappy game. Because nobody wants to give anything. Nobody wants to give an inch. And I definitely think, no, it's over the bar.
Morishita lets fly from about 20 yards out, straight over the bar.
Yeah, and it becomes scrappy at times, derbies, and that's why I think I'm still going for a 1-1 draw, personally. But yeah, it gets a bit scrappy, and the quality doesn't come out where Preston, you look at their form, they're a better side where they sit in the league and that, and you expect them to control this game, and I'm pretty certain when I last looked at the stats, it was pretty 50-50 when it came to the stats. Yeah, possession. Preston have had 56% possession and Blackburn have had 45%. But I think the last 10 minutes, like you say, I think Blackburn have come out a little bit at top, and Blackburn have had more shots. Yeah, they've not hit the target yet, but they've had 4 compared to that. Just that one shot by Devine earlier. Dobbin earlier. Other than that, they've not had a shot yet, Preston.
Well, to tell the viewers what kind of game that me and Gaz have been subjected to so far, we've got XG for Blackburn of 0.16 and 0.05 for Preston. So we've not been blessed with a lot of major goal scoring opportunities here. Have a couple of moments where you thought they might get on the end of something, but not a great deal of goal-mouth excitement so far. Preston just looking again to try and get out of their half with the ball. They are in possession. And it looks like Hecky's lost it on the sidelines. He's thrown a wobble.
Jeez, I'd love to know what that was about.
Hecky throwing an absolute wobbler there. Throws his water bottle across the touchline as well.
One thing I will say, that was definitely not against the referee's decision, because if he'd done that against a referee's decision, it'd be in the book.
Yes, that would be classed as dissent, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be, yeah. So he's going mentally his side here. So you've got a really experienced fourth in Sam Allison, I think, tonight. I'm pretty sure it's Sam. So Sam will be monitoring them sort of reactions if it's anything to do with decisions. But that's where you need a good fourth official to know that he's not getting frustrated with the referee. He's not showing dissent. He's getting frustrated with his players. And to be honest, I don't know what you're like, Lou, but I've not seen Hecky lose control like that much over the few years that I've been watching him.
He doesn't often. With Hecky, I find when he loses it big time, but you don't see it very often. I remember him, he got a little bit spiky once or twice. I remember in that Forest away leg in the playoffs, he got a little bit spiky with one or two of the Forest players, and I think some of that though was him trying to ruffle their feathers a little bit. They were well on top at the time. I remember him ramming the ball into Jed Spencer's midriff when he was giving him the ball back for him to take a throw, basically telling him to get on with it. And I think there was a bit of mind games and wind-up merchant stuff going on from Hecky there. Forest were well on top, and I think he was just trying to ruffle them a little bit. But he does lose it from time to time, but not very often.
Was it him that kicked the board, or was that Chrissy Wilder? Remember when somebody kicked the fourth official board? Was that might have been Hecky, you know?
That might have been Hecky. Hecky's one of those. It's like, they say it's always the quiet ones. He's the one that looks like he's never going to kick off, and then when he does, he blows up big time. Yeah. He's one of those, I think. But like you, he's someone I really like. I like his straightforward approach, how he communicates, the way he is. I think he's a good coach as well, certainly at this level. Yeah, he's would I say he's a Sheffield United legend? I mean, he got us promoted, didn't he? And he turned us around when we were really struggling. Ooh. He's certainly someone that we'd always.
He might come back and caution that. No, he might come back and caution that, because I think that That's not stopping a promising attack. That is a reckless challenge for me. I think he needs to come back and caution that. Yeah, he's pointed at the player. He's just pointed at him. I think that's a reckless challenge. I think that's a yellow card.
Yeah, he may bring that back, and Blackburn just clear the ball
let's see
away
if he
there.
does. Let's see if he cautions that. I think he cautions that. I really do. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, he's giving him a yellow.
Yeah, it's good refereeing that. Let the game play. Kept the game going. Obviously, he's telling the player to what. I think this is reckless. This.
Yeah, we're going back to the incident now. Blackburn, but yeah, it's a poor challenge, that, isn't it? He comes in really late. He misses the ball completely and takes the player from basically from behind.
Yeah.
So that's on Lewis Dobbin, and I think it's Carter that goes into the back of him.
His knee just catches him on the calf, doesn't it? But that's really good refereeing. Like I said earlier about his positioning and things like that. But that'll be a positive for the observer. That let the game play. He even got a shot off as well. So yeah, that's a really good advantage. And you get a good feeling, by the way, when you're a referee and that happens.
Yeah, and it works out for you. I suppose they're praying at times, aren't they, that the advantage works out. But Hecky on the sidelines there looking like he's pondering his next move. Preston knocking the ball forward. And it's just, not really a lot in the way of big chances in this first half, guys. We're coming up to 40 minutes. It's been competitive. There's been a little bit of needle once or twice. A few heads lost, but no real clear-cut chances at this point.
No, it is very scrappy. I think Blackburn will be more happier than Preston. I really do. I think tactically something needs to change. Oh God, that could have gone anywhere. Yeah. I think tactically something needs to change. But yeah, at the moment, it might just take that one bit of class, to be honest with you, and somebody whacked one in from 40 yards away or something. Because I think that's the only way we're getting a goal at the moment, because nobody's created anything clear cut, like you said. Yeah,
it's going to take a moment from someone, isn't it? And Baraji just trying to knock the ball into the box from their right-hand side there on his left foot, but it gets cleared. And just feels slightly like Blackburn getting on top again towards the end of this first half. Preston with a long raking ball forward, and that's going to go over the top of Cashin and back to the Blackburn goalkeeper, Toth.
I think Blackburn are definitely looking at the ones that can create something more. I think they look better in the final third at the moment, where they are probing a bit more than Preston, where Preston it just seems to go up and then come straight back.
And Mark Meldrew's back in the comments. Honestly, is it just me who thinks it will be more of a cagey affair on Sunday? Certainly from Wednesday point of view, I think it'll be one-way traffic, Mark. From no matter what happens, I don't think Wednesday can obtain much possession of the ball and step into us. I don't think they're capable. I think they're going to spend a lot of time defending in their own third and defending their own penalty area. I can't see a scenario where United don't dominate the ball and the territory in the game on Sunday. It's just about how many we can score, and I don't believe we won't score. I just don't believe it.
I don't disagree. I think we'll have the majority of the possession. I don't think they've got the ability to keep the ball. I really don't. Don't get it wrong. There's nothing against them whacking in a worldie, 1 in a million shot, and it goes in. There's nothing stopping this keeper from Borough having the freaking game of his life. And I just think we'd probe, and eventually they'll just break and a goal will go in. I look at the goal they scored at Millwall. That was a mistake. It bounced off the goalkeeper and just dropped to their forward. I just don't. I personally can't see it. And I don't normally say that. I think over the last few years, when you look at the likes of Bannon, Windass, Cadamartri even, they had some ability in there to actually make an effect on a game. And Bannon never turned up in a derby ever, but he did have that ability to control the game at times. And I just don't see it. I really don't see it.
Well, I don't... I can't see a scenario where it's not going to be like that. And the interesting thing for me, Gaz, as Nick Nacknew says, we are engineers. We can demolish 40 beers. Engineers certainly can do that, Nick Nacknew. You're right. I don't see, again, a scenario where it's not like that. And I'm intrigued to know what happens United score early, go 1-0 up. What do Wednesday do then? Because the natural inclination and instinct of any footballer is we're 1-0 down, we've got to go and get a goal. How do they do it? How do they come out and go after us? They can't. They just literally can't do it.
I'll be honest with you, and I think this every time Sheffield Wednesday play. If a team scores in the first 10 minutes of them against them, it could be anything. It'll be all down to how much do the other team want to go for it. And I really do believe that. If Sheffield United score in the first 10 minutes at the weekend, it could be 5, 6, 7. It could be. I'm not saying it will be. And I'm not saying we'll score in the first 10 minutes either. But, yeah, it could get really embarrassing. Like, I'd love to see how many fans they're bringing, I really would, because I've spoken to a couple and they're saying, I ain't going anywhere near it. I ain't going anywhere. And I'll be honest with you, you won't catch me driving freaking 4.5 hours to Sheffield.
Ooh, great cross from Baragi.
Yeah,
lovely cross into the near post. I think Johnson tries to get on the end of that and Preston just about get it away. I do like that Baragi, Gaz. I think
he's going forward, he looks the better. There's another good pass in there as well. And he's definitely the one that if anyone's going to break through and provide something in this game, it's going to be him.
He's got that. He looks very athletic, tall. You think he's going to be, and he is a bit of a powerhouse. He can shift as well. We saw that with a run he made earlier. You think he's going to be that sort of player, but he's got a bit of technique about him, and he can put a nice ball into the box. It's
a really good cross. Just looking at it now.
Oh, it's handball. It's handball. Yeah, although his arm's probably in a natural position, isn't it? There?
Yeah, the referee's definitely not spotting that. That's the first one. Second, in, I don't think it is. I think it's where I expect it to be. The AR will probably have a view at that, and he's probably not saying anything to the referee on that either.
Well, it's just been called for half time, so it's we're at the break at Ewood Park. It's Blackburn Rovers 0, Preston 0. So I'll just get into a few more comments. We'll see what people are saying. Gaz, Leeds fan says, the Leeds fan, love Ramble FC. I've liked and subbed, lads. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Man. And I have to say, although I am not a Leeds fan, as a Sheffield United supporter, I think you're doing very well this season, and it's very well deserved. And I think your manager's done a great job as well. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. We really appreciate it. We've got SUFC Chaka says Rovers will score, and guess what? It will be called off. Yeah. So they had a couple of games called off this season. I think one was. I remember one being Ipswich.
Yeah.
Was it Wednesday? There was another game.
That was called off before kickoff, though. I think that wasn't it?
Yeah. It was the pitch again, wasn't it? I remember the Ipswich game. I can't remember who was winning that game. I think, was it Blackburn or Ipswich? One team was winning 1-0, and the ball wouldn't bounce at all. It was just landing in a puddle every time it came down, and the ref just had to give up and call the game off.
It is mental sometimes. I'm just looking now. Ooh. I'm just looking at something. Oh, is that down there? I didn't know that.
And the bro-in-law says Michael Brown was a good young sailor. So obviously Michael Brown, once of Sheffield United and of Tottenham Hotspur. Michael will remember him well. My favourite player, Gaz, Michael Brown. I don't know who your favourite blade is of all time, but Michael Brown is the king for me.
I've bounced a few. I've bounced around a few all the time. I remember I used to love Bas Babokis when I was a kid. For the year or so he was with us, I'd probably say longevity for me as a centre half as well as a player. I loved Chrissy Morgan.
There's a lot of Chris Morgan love in the Platt Centre as well, in the Platinum Ramblers. I know Brett is a huge Chris Morgan fan. I like him.
I like Chris Morgan. And he wasn't the Phil Jagielka that went on to play for England. But if I had to play alongside Chris Morgan or Phil Jagielka, and that's nothing against Jags, by the way, I'd love to play alongside Chrissy Morgan.
He was a leader, wasn't he? He was a leader, and he was fearless as well. I mean, he was fearless probably because everybody else was frightened of him, but
yeah,
fearless. I remember
the Neil Warnock clip. The Neil Warnock clip against Wolves when he did pick up. That's just priceless.
When he throws the bottle across the dressing room, I remember that. I remember as well, there was a 442 article. So they used to do a thing. I don't know if they still do. I've not read it for a while. They used to interview a random footballer. And I remember one time the interview was with, it was the same feature every week. And this one week they did Cameron Jerome. And he said, "Who was the player you least like to play against?" And he said Chris Morgan. He said, "Absolutely hate him. He's terrifying." Those are his exact words. Because he said you would just get the ball and he would come smashing you from behind or the side or something. You knew you were going to get it every time, every single time. And there were a lot of players that hated playing against him. I think Carlos Tevez was one of them as well.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise. I'd definitely love to have his shirt up there. I'll tell you that because he just epitomises Sheffield United in my opinion.
He does. He's what you expected from a Sheffield United captain to be, isn't he? Yeah. He does. I agree with you there. But Blackburn versus Leicester on the final day of the season could be like a relegation playoff. That could be a huge game, depending on how things pan out. If Blackburn are still down there.
I don't disagree to a certain extent, but I'm just pulling up the table now. For me, and I've said it on All Aboard the Championship for a while now, it's West Brom for me that have got the dramas. I think Blackburn will get out of there. I think Portsmouth will get out of there. And it probably is West Brom or Leicester for me that go down. I think Oxford and Wednesday are obviously gone, but yeah, I'd be worried if I was a West Brom fan. But yeah, that will be a good game, though. It will be a good game.
Majorly. Dave Blademan says, "Evening, Lou and Gaz. Thanks for the sync at the beginning. Was able to pause. Sky looks like a 0-0 this one. Same as halftime score on Sunday. Ooh, I don't know. I hope not. I don't think I'd like that very much. To be honest.
I remember Portsmouth at the weekend and how bad we were first half against Pompey, and I was frustrated as hell down there at the weekend. I don't want to be in that position because I'll be even more frustrated, I think, this weekend. Because at least Pompey are organised and they've got some players in their team where I say no disrespect to them. Yeah, it probably is. They've got no one. And I don't think I've ever sat here in the years I've supported Sheffield United and come up to a derby and go, they've got no one that worries me. I don't think I've ever said that.
They haven't. I mean, the thing with Portsmouth is, and it was that you were there. I wasn't, but I followed it from home, and it was a difficult one. It was a difficult one from a performance point of view. While the tick box there, it gets into you with these little sayings, doesn't he? But it was a difficult one to view. But I just with Portsmouth, I knew what they were going to be like. They're dogged, they're organised. They've got a good manager that knows how to set them up. They've got one or two players that can hurt you as well. At times that can pinch a goal. So I knew it was going to be difficult there, and I knew we were up against a team that would make it tricky for us. With Wednesday, I just don't see that they've got the same. They haven't even got the same level of quality as Portsmouth, have they? So if it's 0-0 at half time on Sunday, guys, you can colour me disappointed. To be honest with you, I'd be pretty. I'll be
messaging you from wherever I'm sat and saying, "What the hell?"
Got Jimmy says, "Oh yeah, I forgot about this." Jimmy says they're all away, pal. I was to myself this weekend. Yeah, so
Jimmy you did say actually.
Jimmy's lovely fam are on holiday, aren't they? So I think he was saying on a stream this morning. In fact, it was hot off the presser stream that they're soon to depart. So hopefully they're having a lovely time away.
That tells me, Jimmy, you've got no excuse for getting upside down turboed on Sunday night, have you? I know, but then again, in fact, he did say it was he was letting Andy the Blade not have a drink, and he wasn't going to because he doesn't really drink, Jimmy.
He's on for a 3-hour after party Sunday. I was trying to talk him into doing an after party after Cov because I'm up for the Cov game in midweek next week. But he tries to avoid doing the midweek ones. Obviously, it's a bit of a late one, and him and his dad have got to get home and whatnot. But if the family is still away at that point, I might just nudge him on the night and say if we win, any chance. But knowing Jimmy, he'll probably have his rucksack with all this stuff in just in case, won't he?
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'll be watching from home next Wednesday, so I can't make it up. It's I've just been on course for 3 weeks. I'm back in work on Tuesday. I've booked Monday off. I've got no chance of getting up there. I've got meetings coming out of my backside Wednesday and Thursday and Tuesday, to be fair. I think Friday's might be cleared here.
I got lucky, guys, because I've got meetings up in the West Yorkshire and South Yorkshire area midweek. So it worked out for me that I can stay at the hotel at the ground and go to the Coventry game. So we both got double headers this week. You've got Wednesday and I've got Coventry, but then you and I are meeting up in London for QPR away as well, which I'm really looking forward to. Bit of a Ramblers Day out.
I can't wait for that, by the way. That is going to be epic. I've booked in at a hotel as well that night as well. So I've got to stop it because last week Portsmouth hotels game, this week Sheffield hotels game, next week what you call it as well. And I've got my referee's fitness test on Thursday as well. So
You've got a busy week. You've got a busy week, yeah. Did it occur to you as well that the QPR will be the first time you and I have met in person? I realised that earlier.
So you know me and Meldrew have never met either?
Really? I've met Meldrew a couple of times.
No, me and Meldrew have met.
You feel like you know everyone, don't you, personally?
Yeah,
you feel like close to everyone. Strange.
It is mental. It's like, I couldn't believe it because I missed him when we was up at the Ipswich game. So I missed him then. Obviously, me and you literally live, an hour and a half away from each other? Not even far. We've tried getting you to games, haven't we, over the last couple of weeks when I've been at Bristol as 4 for AR. And, it just never lines up. So, I'm really, really looking forward to having a few beers, mate, for definite.
Yeah, it'd be good. And we'll have that Greg's in Wiltshire at some point as well.
We do need to. Steph's already says 3 copies on the go.
Oh, well, I'll be straight over there in that case. I've got some business in that part of the world as well. So when I can line something up with a customer, I'll give you a shout. We'll meet up. Nick Knacknew says, Leicester are playing, they could go down even if they win their appeal. Every chance, Every chance. I think, like Gaz, I'm worried for West Brom more than anybody else at the moment. Really worried for them. But Leicester are banging trouble as well, aren't they, Gaz?
Yeah, but I think who've they just brought in? Who've they just brought in as manager?
Gary Rowett.
I think that's not. I think that's quite a shrewd appointment, to be honest with you.
He's a firefighter, isn't
he? Yeah, something tells me Leicester will be okay. I think they've gone in and got somebody in that's fairly solid, and Leicester have just gone and gotten. I can't even remember it. I can't remember who he is.
Oh, West Brom, they got Eric Ramsey, didn't they?
Yeah, no experience at this level at all, and no real credentials, in my opinion. And I just think, I worry for West Brom. I really do, and I've said that for about a month or so now. They're just on a downward spiral where I think Leicester can grind out a result. I really do. I think they've got some better players in their team.
They've got the likes of Fatawu and Mavadidi and Ayew, haven't they? And although they've been really poor this season and way below what we expected of them, they've still got players on their day, particularly in Fatawu, that can turn a game for them, haven't they? I think that defeat to Southampton when they were winning 3-0 was a real gut punch, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, they shouldn't be letting that go.
Got JB Leeds in the comments, got £50 on Preston, absolutely shocking. They were fighting for a playoff place and they are back passing and side passing.
I can't bet on football, as everyone knows, but I wouldn't be putting £50 on this game. It's a derby. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be putting £50 on Sheffield United to win, to be honest with you. It's a derby, anything. However confident I am, I think when it comes to a derby, especially like this, where Blackburn are doing well, and Preston, they've had a bit of running form against top side, and yes, they've had top side, but the form's not there. And I know they've played top sides, like I say, but that's not ideal.
No, do you know what? I've seldom bet on Sheffield United. I haven't had a bet on Sheffield United in years. I think I only ever won one. I remember winning a bet. I bet on them to win 3-0 at home to Southampton in the season we were promoted to the Premier League under Neil Warnock, and that came off. And that is the only time I've ever won any money on Sheffield United. And when I bet on them, it tends to tempt fate as well. So I try and avoid it. Our Derby fan Paul says, I know I keep harping on with the lights to do shut me up, let's hit 50 before half time. I'll give another good number for the second half. Paul, you'll do for me, mate. You will do for me. Nick Knacknew says, good luck, JB.
Yeah, I'll be the 50 quid.
Yeah. Thom says, I'll be back down in Bristol soon, mate. We will sort it out, Lou, pal. Appreciate the proper name calling. And Gaz, I'm looking forward to having a proper chat at QPR. Oh, so I'm forgetting. Yes. So Thom, not Tom, is going down on the train with a few of the boys, isn't he, and meeting us down there. So, I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be the first time meeting him as well. Obviously, a few of the other boys I know well now and have met them before. But it'd be good to meet up with him as well. It's going to be a bit of a day out. That it's just as well that I've got to go back after the game and get on the train home, because I could get myself into a lot of bother if I didn't. And God help you, lads, to tell you later on that evening.
Yeah, I've been stabby. I'm bringing Steph with me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You've got someone to keep you in check.
But I'm lucky. All my kids are over 18, so I'm quite lucky, aren't I? So that's easy for me. My kids can do whatever they want, and I don't have to go around looking after them. One of us don't. So yeah, I get it. I definitely.
My time is yet to come. I'll get my youth back eventually.
Exactly. It's good when it comes back.
45 subs away from 3K. Come on. So if anybody viewing us is not subscribed to Blaze Ramble, please subscribe. We are 45 away from 3K, and that would be a really nice milestone. Yeah.
Ramble FC. Get subscribed.
That would be a great milestone for the channel. Obviously, we're trying to grow it, putting out more watch-alongs, doing more shows like Top 20 Takes and All Aboard the Championship, which review the football in the top 2 tiers. Obviously, Gaz joins us for that as our resident officiating expert. Me, him, and Man Mountain, who steers the ship, kind of leads those streams, and he's very good at it as well. And football therapy on a Thursday as well, which I absolutely love. A lot of retro football, a lot of nostalgia. And some current stuff as well, talking about some current affairs in football. So anybody that's not seen that, check that out. It normally goes out on a Thursday, football therapy. It's been moved around a little bit recently with some of the other streams because there's so much in there, mate. I mean, Jimmy's just he's the busiest man on YouTube, isn't he, most weeks?
Yeah. I don't know how he does it. I struggle. I've got mine, and I've still not put the rest of my Dubai trip out. That was 2 months ago nearly now, so I don't know how he keeps up. I can't keep up. He literally works hard with it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he really does. Second half's about to kick off, so Preston restart the game. Goalkeeper's going to loft it forward, and Preston flick on. Blackburn looking to get it clear, and it's just a bit of head tennis now. On the edge of the Blackburn penalty area, Preston get it down. They look to try and get their foot on the ball now and get a little bit of a foothold in the game. Obviously, Hecky's had a bit of a word in their ear at half-time, just to try and get a little bit more control into things.
I'd expect Preston to step out here.
It's back to their goalkeeper again. So I was just going to look at who's playing in the Preston goal tonight, because I don't think I saw Everson's name now. Everson has been really impressive for Preston this season. I've watched him a few times pull off some really good saves for them. And my lineup's not coming up at the minute, but I will check that in a moment just to see who it is. So I'm watching on this small screen, and some of the camera views are quite far away, so I can't actually see if it's him or not. It's taking forever to load up. But Blackburn lineup's coming up. So Toth, Carter, McLaughlin, Cashin, Ali Basu, I can't pronounce that. Baraji, Tronstad, Jorgensen, Gudjonsson, Cornell in the Preston goal tonight. Story, Gibson, Hughes, the back three. This is going into the second half. Valentin, McCann, Whiteman, Devine, and Vucevic. Dobbin and Osmajic. They've got them as a front two. I think of Dobbin as more of a number 10, really, but it looks like they've got him in a front two with Osmajic tonight. As Michael O'Neill looks on there, and just read out a few more comments. We've got Nick Knacknew. Nice to see 2 of the 3 promoted sides in with a shout of staying up. Rovers will be paying the Dingles next season. So the Dingles, it depends who he means there. So in our part of the world, Barnsley are often referred to as Dingles. They're talking about Burnley, aren't they? Even Jimmy from Paul. Yes. So Paul Young is an ex-Sapper, guys.
Yeah, so 2494. So I'd love to. So I'm 2516. So that's our number. So everybody gets. So we all get a number. We get an 8-digit number when we join the army, and then you can work out. You used to be able to work out until 2007, pretty much where everyone was. But then we started at 3000s or 300s, as we said, and yeah. So they're at. So I don't know. I think they're on 3. I think they're on 303s now. But me and Paul would have been on the same sort of number regime, as they say. So Yeah, I'm 25160. So that's my regimen, but I won't tell you the rest.
There we go. Aren't we meant to say it's like a game of chess when it's boring? Says Nick Knight now. Yeah, I mean, I suppose from a neutral's point of view, it is a boring game, but I just love watching a game of football anyway. I don't know about you guys, even when it's a little bit of a stalemate, it intrigues me. And ball over to the back post, across from Preston's left, and it goes out for a Blackburn goal kick. Story of this game, not really a lot going on in both boxes. Both teams just looking to keep things nice and tight and try and pinch it. It looks like it's Baragi that loses the ball actually there in the middle.
Yeah, he gets the ball. I don't know why he's gone down like that. It's a good tackle. Gets the whole ball. From me personally, I don't think there's any contact when I've looked at that. Let's have a look. I might be totally wrong. No, that's a good contact. Barely touches him. Referee does well. Good decision. Yeah, not a foul for me. That 106.
Also 106.
Yeah.
If either team wins 1-0, they won't care. Absolutely right. Yeah. Yellow all day long, says Nick Knight. No, don't know what that might be from earlier.
I think that was from the first. That was from the first. From that yellow card earlier on. Yeah, and he's right.
Paul says we want a goal.
Do we ever? I'd like shot on target, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we take that. Just any excitement whatsoever at the moment. We've had one cross
in that midfield, isn't it?
It is.
It's like nobody can really put anything together and put any sustained pressure on at the moment.
Deborah says, evening, guys. Question for you both. Who do you prefer, Wilder or Hecky? I'd always have to say Chris Wilder, Deborah. I really liked Hecky. He's a good lad, and he's someone we'd always welcome back. He's a blade for life, as far as I'm concerned, for the job he did. But Chris Wilder is holiness, as far as I'm concerned. There's no one that compares. Maybe Dave Bassett comes close. Yeah,
I think for me, Chris Wilder's the best manager Sheffield United ever had. And
agree.
And that's because of where we were, and Dave Bassett to a certain extent, but we went back down. He left just before we went back down, and then he came back and took us back up again. And for me, I don't think anyone touches him.
No.
Well, Paul Hecky brought us back up, but everyone gets my point. I think for me, it's a no-brainer.
Hecky did a great job in the time he was there, and I think he was sold short in the Premier League. I think he had an impossible task, and I felt for him.
Especially that Leicester game, that first game. I did feel for it. But then when you look at it after that, you look at how well we did once Hecky took over after that Leicester game. We went on a good run of form in the Premier League that year. But I've got a lot of time for Hecky. I think of all the managers we've had in the last 20 years, he's in the top 3 for me.
It was just his relationship with Stuart McCall, who obviously he values and takes with him everywhere. He always made me laugh because I remember an interview where he said, he said, I've got to clear my throat. He said, Blackburn with a bit of a looping effort there, but it's collected by the Preston goalie. Yeah, Hecky was saying about Stuart McCall being the one that was probably noisiest in the dressing room. They were thinking he was going to talk about a player. And he said, no, Macca's the one that's always got a bit too much to say for himself. And I think he was asked about being stuck with him on a desert island or something like that. And he said he'd drive him crazy if he had to be stuck on there with Stuart McCall. So, which made me laugh. I didn't know Macca was that much of a gob, you know what, but apparently he is. So
I just remember the biggest thing that always plays through my head is when Bradford City got promoted to the Premier League. And he walks up that car with beer in hand, falls over because he's that leathered, but doesn't spill a drop of his beer and falls off the car. Doesn't spill a drop.
And what player he was as well. What player Stuart McCall was as well.
Oh yeah, he was class. Yeah, we got the back end of his career, and even then he was class. Yeah,
I remember him at Old Trafford. You know the Arsenal game at Old Trafford, the infamous one that finished 1-0, but we played him off the park. That day, a lot of players got plaudits. I thought Stuart McCall was outstanding against Arsenal that day. He just rolled back the years. He was absolutely top class. He was some player.
No, I totally agree. Absolutely different class, and we've had a few of them players like that over the years. I think it is good when somebody like that really stands out in your team.
And Blackburn with a throw in now, just well inside their half, actually. But bit of a high foot there from Preston, number 8. I was just trying to catch who that was, but a bit of a high foot there, almost into the chest of the Blackburn player. You have to be a little bit careful with that.
I don't think they're going to show me. Oh, they are going to show me a replay.
It's McCann. Oh, yeah, foot's a little bit high there. It's not as bad as it first looked.
Oh, yeah, he pulls out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does well to pull out of that. But yeah, like, again, scrappy little game, but a little mistake or a little bit of class could change this game.
That's why I think there's a goal in this still. I think there's a mistake somewhere in this game.
Yeah, I agree.
I think when you've got two teams playing cautious, they're more likely to make one.
Yeah, that is true.
Just looking at the comments again. Number 2 or 29, Blackburn is a threat. Anyone's game second half. It's a case of who wants it more. Dublin Blade says, evening lads, currently bouncing between yourselves and England under 20s game. Your neck of the woods in Bath. On Sunday we score early and it will be a cricket score. Confident.
I'm tracking that under 20s game as well, to be honest with you. 14-all at the moment, that.
14-all?
14-all, yeah. Down at the Bath. I've refereed down that neck of the woods a few times at Bath.
Is that at Bath City, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been on refereed and been on the line a few times. Who's he bringing on here? Small. Who's that? Small, and who's number 18?
Is that Thierry Small, the guy?
Jamal Lewis. Yeah, so Thierry Small and Jamal Lewis coming on for Preston by the looks. I think they do need to change something, to be honest with you. I think when you look at it, I think Blackburn are the ones that, even though there's not been much in it, look like they have the ability to cause a problem more than Preston are having. Yeah,
they seem to have Preston a little bit where they want them, don't they? Good cross in there towards the back stick, but no one's there. Blackburn steal it back, though. Ooh.
Again, like you say, nearly a mistake there.
Yeah, I agree. They do look like the team that's a little bit more likely. They've kind of got Preston where they want, and Preston not really offering a threat at the moment, and probably do need to change it up a little bit. But Joel Skellen says Ipswich. Don't know what he's referring to on that.
I'm not sure. Sorry, mate. You have to go back to that, mate, and let us know what you mean by Ipswich, pal. Sorry.
Davey says not confident about Sunday if it's still 0-0 after 3 minutes. Me too, mate. Me too. I'll be panicking. 2 poor quality teams, says United. Absolutely shocking. These 2 teams don't deserve to be in the Championship. He's not feeling the JB's not giving these 2 teams love. He's not happy about this. He thinks it's
no. I get where he's coming from to a certain degree, but yeah, it's.
Anyone know what the weather is like?
I've spoke to him already. I've told him I think it's dry. I said to him I think it's dry. It is a while since Leicester have ground out everything. You are right. I don't know when their last result was, actually. I'd have to have a look. Saturday. It's not the Weather Channel.
I'm getting spammed request for a weather forecast. Daniel the Blazers, I'm looking forward to attending my first after party Sunday and finally meeting everyone in person. Daniel, it's a real shame I'm not there, but Gaz will be, along with many of the other lads, and I'm sure you'll be made to feel very, very welcome. It's a lovely crowd, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're celebrating a massive Blades win. Emphasis on the word massive. Nick Nagnu says, just look up to the weather forecast for Blackburn. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was accurate. I mean, basically, if it's Blackburn or anywhere in the northwest, Burnley, anywhere like that, it's raining. Most probably 90% chance of rain in that part of the world. I've got family up there, and they just say it rains all the time.
Yeah, it looks like it's not at the moment, but I'm not 100% sure. You can never tell by TV cameras sometimes.
And I just can't tell from the footage, mate, what the weather is like.
I can't. It looks like it's not raining, but I'm generally not 100% sure.
It does look dry. I would agree with that. So obviously we've got someone concerned about the weather in here. It does look dry. I've not seen any rain, not that I can tell. And if it was raining, as I say, that Blackburn pitch would not hold up based on what we've seen this season, unless they've made some radical changes to it. I'm just scanning through now. Loads of comments about the weather and people arguing about.
It's squared. I've told him what the weather's like. I'll let you know if that changes.
Just loads of comments about the weather, just absolutely loads. Red Bull says CW 100% Blade, absolutely. Dublin Blade says Bassett, Wilder, Uncle Cole with an honourable mention for Porterfield. That is some lineup.
Yeah, don't disagree there. No Warnock. Nobody's mentioned Warnock, by the way.
No, do you know what? I have a funny relationship with Neil Warnock myself. As Blackburn might have a bit of a chance here. Preston just about get it away on the edge of their area. I've got a funny relationship with Neil Warnock. I recognise the job he did. Picked us up at a difficult time and certainly made the team and the club better. I didn't like the way he acted when he left, quite honestly, and I don't like the way he's been with us post being Sheffield United manager. Yeah, I don't. I feel he's held a grudge against the club for me. I've always felt like that's the way it comes across. If I've got him wrong, then fair enough. But that's the way it's always come across.
The thing that got me with Warnock is when he calls us Sheffield.
Yeah, really does get under my skin. That
gets under my skin. That one. That's the thing.
He knows not to say it, guys. He knows how we feel about that.
I know, and that's why. That's my thing on it. I remember we were going on holiday. I can't remember where we were going. We was at Cardiff at the time. And me and the kids and Steph were sat at Cardiff Airport, and he was there. He was there with the team. I remember seeing him, and I was sat there in my Sheffield United shirt. I didn't go over to him. He was doing his stuff, but I was sat there in a Sheffield United shirt, and I thought, "You're telling me you can't see?" And I'm not asking he needs to come up and say hi or anything like that. Oh, Uncle Collins Warnock. Yeah, got you.
I missed that as well.
Yeah, I totally missed that. Totally missed that. And I just thought, I'm like that as well. When I like him because I think he's quite an honest guy, and I love that documentary. And that's, I'll be honest, it's the documentary and getting us into the Premier League and nearly keeping us there that swings me in his favour. That documentary is pride. How many times do we quote stuff off that?
Oh God, he's such a character, aren't we? We're in London, aren't we? He's a brilliant character, and I met him a couple of times as well. And I did have a bit of a laugh with him the one time I met him. He's not an unpleasant person to encounter. Just some of the things he said and done afterwards, I didn't like, and he went down in my estimation a little bit. But certainly, he's a fantastic character in football, and we can't get enough of those. There's fewer of them nowadays. So he's become a media darling for sure. Ironically, Gaz, when he was our manager, I wouldn't say everyone loved him, but he was endearing to a lot of Sheffield United fans, and the media didn't like him. And nowadays, the media love him, and a lot of us aren't particularly fond of him. So it's switched completely. Preston putting a corner in now. It looked like he was going to drop. It looked like he was going to drop to the edge of the area, but Blackburn get it away. Preston working it back now, though.
What is that? What is that? I'll be honest. If I was a Preston fan, 61 minutes in, the way they play tonight, I'd be fuming. He is not happy.
He doesn't look happy, Eki, doesn't he? I'm not surprised. No. They've been poor. He really took poor touch from Hughes there. Routine pass. He just has to take that with his instep and lets it bounce off his foot and roll out of play. Really, really poor. So Blackburn get a throw in now. Well inside their half. Carter's going to throw that in. It looks like Preston are going to make another change, looking towards their bench. They do come forward here on the left, trying to work the ball into the box, and Blackburn, knocked that out for looks like he's gone out for a corner. Alfie Devine trying to work the ball into the box there. And we got, oh my God, it's Keir Starmer or the spitting double of him. How lucky to look like him.
I want to know who you think.
Yeah, let us know who you're referring to, Peter. If not that you're obviously being not particularly political there, but if people can refrain from talking about politics in the chat, we do try to avoid it. But we would be interested to know who you think Keir Starmer, or who looks like Keir Starmer. Sky Blue Army Coventry City 2026 Championship winners.
I don't fully disagree with you, Peter. I generally I think let's see what happens on Wednesday. Let's see what commentary turns up on Wednesday. But at the moment, for me, the best team I've seen this season was Borough against us. But then they turned up against Coventry and looked, and I don't know if that was Coventry, the way they approached the game, which I think I said to Jimmy on a show the other week, or to you, I can't remember who it was. And I said I think Coventry learnt a lot from watching us against Middlesbrough. I really do. And for me, Borough are the better side that I've seen this season. But you can't rule Coventry out. I think what Lampard has done at that club, you can't fault. And his tactical nous to get that win the other night, because like I say, he definitely learned from watching us against them. For sure. Yeah. I still don't rule out Ipswich to win that title.
I don't think you can you, with the quality that they've got in their squad? You look at Jack Clark and Philogene and just some of the players they've got at the top of the pitch. Even George Hurst, who's a pretty decent player for the level. They've got depth as well. In the middle, at the back. They can rotate as well. I think they're going to continue to be a threat. I was surprised at how slow they started, Gaz, to be honest, and then they caught up a little bit and they've just kind of paused again at the moment, haven't they? And Borough have been doing well, but Alfie Devine's going to swing in a corner here.
Them subs have done well.
The second free kick, and it goes all the way to the back post, and it looks like that struck the post, Gaz. I don't know if you caught
it. That way to me as well. Like I said, them subs have changed Preston the last 5 minutes. I think that does hit the post,
Lovely ball in from Alfie Devine. It does. It strikes a post, so goes over the top of everyone. Preston 19 trying to get on the end of it.
No touch there by anyone.
No. Almost goes all the way in. And Toth only sees it at the last second and it bounces off the face of the post. Hecky can't believe it.
Yeah.
So 65 minutes gone and it's still 0-0, but that's the closest anyone's come with that Alfie Devine free kick.
Yeah, Preston starting to turn the screw a little bit now. Definitely have the last since them substitutions.
Paul tells us Thank you, Paul, and all your hard work that rather than ours. Working on the viewers. Thank you, mate. It's 50 likes. Uncle Cole is Warnock. Yeah, sorry, mate. We clocked that.
Sorry, mate.
A little bit late. We should know better. You're spot on about Warnock. Bitter old man now, says Ian. Yeah, I just look, and Ian, I'm pleased for him. His career in management he's been fantastic, and obviously gets a bit of media work now as well. And he's a much loved figure in football, far more than he was when he was our manager. And I'm pleased for him. Certainly don't hold anything against him. Just don't like the way he talks about Sheffield United, and I haven't liked it for many a year now. Paul says, let's hit 75 now, please, guys. Paul is a proper mascot for us. I tell you what, Paul, keep coming back, mate. You're a very valued member of the Ramble FC community. Hi, lads, says Blades Forever. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Gaz saying hello back. Uncle Cole's biggest fan is Uncle Cole. Agreed. And how much is in it for me must be the Freshfield air. This under-20s game is much better than this game. Yeah.
I don't disagree there, mate.
Carl says there's only 4 managers who have taken us into the Premier League. Hecky is one of them. Think he deserves more respect from Blades. Yeah, I think he deserves respect, Carl, and he certainly gets it from me.
He gets it from me as well. Ireland are beating bloody England now, 21-14. On another note, that's how much this is good. I've got a lot of time for him. I had a lot of time for him when he was our manager. I really did. I always liked him. I like the way he portrayed himself. I like the way he put himself across. I thought he was a good coach. I really did. I personally had a lot of time for Hecky, and to be honest, you still do. If Chris Wilder's to leave and you had to pick a manager, and we were in the same position we're in now, he'd be my one of my number one targets. If not, I
wouldn't say no to him, Gaz. I know some people don't like to go back, and there were some that said we shouldn't have gone back to Wilder a third time. But I think some managers fit a club, and I wouldn't say no to Hecky if we were in that situation. I think he's solid at the level. And I just saw a minute ago a substitution. So Good Johnson's gone off for Blackburn, and Ohashi has come on, who's a player, another player I really like, actually, Ohashi. I've noticed once or twice recently he's not been in the starting lineup, but he was an ever-present at one point, and he's a player that's certainly a bit of a spark, can make things happen. Good cross in for Blackburn. Looks like Ohashi trying to get on the end of it, and Baraji with just slices that. He goes for the half volley and doesn't quite catch it. He's on the just outside the right edge of Preston's penalty area. And just slices that a little bit. Gets good contact on it, keeps it at a good height, but it just spins away. So it's not been an enthralling game in terms of chances and moments in the penalty areas, Gaz. But it's still intriguing. This to say, Preston make a couple of subs. They've got Lang and Daniel Jebison coming on now. They've took Dobbin and Osmajic off. So looking towards Jebo to win the game for him.
Yeah, Josh, I can see Jebo coming on, don't get me wrong, but I didn't see him taking Dobbin off, to be honest with you.
And Thom says, didn't realise you were going to, Lou. It'd be good to have a proper chat too. Yeah, it'd be good to catch up with you, mate. I'm looking forward to that. We'll have a good merry old time and a few drinks and a chat before we go in. I think we're planning on meeting up. Are we still meeting at Paddington, Gaz?
Yeah. So I come into Waterloo and then I'll shoot across to Paddington, meet up with you. I then need to go and drop my bags at the hotel and then be honest with you, find a new spot.
Perfect. We'll just find anywhere where we can find a beverage on the way. Any opportunity.
Well, I'll be having a few on the train. It'd be rude not to, won't it?
It would. You've got to get warmed up. It's all about the preparation, isn't it? It's failure to prepare and all that.
Exactly.
We're getting a bit chaotic now inside the Preston half. Blackburn just looking to build an attack there, and referee stopped the game. A yellow card for, trying to see who that was, challenge from a Preston player on. It's Lang, the substitute, for yellow.
See, the referee's tried to allow play to continue here, but for me, I think he just blow just give the foul. I'm
not sure whether he does a lot wrong there. Let me just see that again. I mean, he gets to the ball first, but he's a bit after the ball, isn't he?
It's the follow through. It's a yellow card tackle for me because it's the follow through that comes with it. All I'm thinking there is the referee's just tried to. There's nothing worse as a referee when there's the foul happen, you're about to play advantage, you blow the whistle, and play goes on, and you blow the whistle. Honestly, you sit there and you just go to players. Sorry, so sorry. I know, and you just own it. And I think the referees try to prevent that happening there, and potentially there, if it just give. I personally would have just given that foul, but I get what the referee's trying to do there. He's trying to let the game. He doesn't want to start game. Nobody wants to start game. Ball was going backwards for me. And I didn't see there was an advantage there. And to be honest with you, he's tried to hold it before he comes back for the first foul.
And Blackburn free kick is easily cleared by Preston. Goes out for a Blackburn throw over on Preston's left, Blackburn's right hand side, deep into the Preston third.
Does swing this? It's like now it's Blackburn on top at 83%, where from 60 to 65 it was Preston at 95%. You know what I mean? It really, really is. One side going for it, one side not going for it. Like a seesaw, isn't it? This one, up and down.
It certainly is. And how do you feel about the referee's performance tonight? How do you think he's done? Obviously, he's gotten in the way of the ball a couple of times, but possibly unfortunately.
I'll be honest, he's not had much to do. I think both yellow cards are both yellow cards. I'd expect a referee of that caliber to pick that up quite easily. Yeah, he's got in the way. But to be honest, this type of game, for positioning and movement is one of the hardest games you'll get because not one team all over it. It's hard to predict where play is going to go next. It's hard to position yourself where you're going to go. So, yes, that's not easy for him. He's done everything you'd expect him to do. He really would.
Ian says Hecky was class represented as well. Yeah, I agree, mate.
I agree.
And he's someone that he was a good fit for the club. the right mentality and attitude and the way he spoke. And the football was decent as well. He had some good players. He inherited a decent squad of players, but he made them work well together. And he brought Illiman and Dye on as well. He had a good touch with the young players certainly as well. I thought his recruitment, until we got to the Premier League and he was very hamstrung by finances, I thought his recruitment was decent when he was allowed to recruit as well. James, hello mate, says that Heckingbottom was seeing a game out at either 1-0 or 2-1. That's what got us promoted under him. Yeah, he was good at that. I thought he was decent tactically, and he's shown that at Preston. Ball comes in. Everyone misses it.
He's got to get that. He's got to get there.
Ball in from the right for Blackburn. It's Baraji, and looks like Morishita was in there as well, and it just evades everyone. I'm going to see if it looks like it may have gone out for a goal kick, but I want to have a look at that again.
Yeah, I think it does go for a goal kick. I think you're right.
Johnson knocks it in, and Baraji gets on the end of it. That's why he goes out for a goal kick.
I think he's there as well. I think he's there. I just think he's there. Oh, he probably takes it away from him,
Baraji might have nightmares about that later. That was a real chance.
Yeah.
And Jimmy says Blackburn will nick it. That might have been the moment, though, Jim, with Baraji. Yeah. They may still nick it. They've looked the more likely all night, mate, I would say. But that was a big chance for them there. They'll have nightmares about that if Preston go and score now. And Chef says, agree, he handled the off-field turmoil well, no emotion, and played everything with a straight bat. Whether we won or lost, his post-match interviews were all the same, giving very little away. So obviously referring to Hecky there.
I didn't mind he didn't give much away. If anyone's watched today with Chrissy Wilder, I don't think Chris Wilder gives that much away 90% of the time either. I do think it's very much. I thought he was quite calculated. I think Hecky did well on that sort of front. But like I say, it's all about opinions, isn't it? I think he takes it away from him. I've just watched that replay again, Lou. He takes it away then from him there.
Yeah,
and that's a shame. I think that's the biggest chance we've had. That. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think what you were saying about Hecky though. About Wilder. I think Hecky and Wilder are, in some ways, are cut from very similar cloth. I think they've got some similar personality traits. Wilder is obviously more emotional. I would say a little bit more reactive or more often than Hecky is. Hecky's a little bit more straight-faced with things. No, I don't know. But I think they've got similar values in terms of how they deal with the players and whatnot.
I can't. That what annoys me about players. That is like the most easiest foul you'll give all year, and the players having a right go at the referee for it.
It's a definite foul as well. He bumps Ahashi on the side of the knee there, doesn't he? He doesn't get anywhere near the ball.
And that's what makes referee decisions so hard,
Well, they're constantly they're trying to influence them all the time, aren't they? The players and the managers and in their ear. You've got to be a strong person, haven't you?
Yeah, you do, and that's why you get a lot of referees that are police officers, teachers, armed forces, things like that. In those sort of refereeing, for me, yes, you've got the technical law side of things, but you've got to be able to manage people. If you can't manage people, and you haven't got your own USP on that, then you'll struggle as a referee, in my opinion. You can't.
Man Mountain's a teacher. What do you think of him? Do you think he'd be a good referee?
He'll be good at player management. He'll be shocking about the laws of the game.
If you're watching, Paul,
that's Jimmy clipping that, and that'll be on a short next week. That
Jimmy will be all over that. He'll put that out 4 times. No, just looking there, Dortmund Bayern on the 28th of February live on Sky Sports.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so poor. That's,
just to give away that, wasn't it? Back to the Preston goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's just lacking quality, isn't it?
0-0 draw is a good result for us. That means we relegate the dark side with
depends on West Brom, mate.
Yeah, depends on West Brom.
West Brom's a big one. If West Brom get a result against Coventry, then that's the big one. That's the big one.
Wrong Dublin. Blackburn only need a draw tonight. Then if West Brom beat Cov tomorrow, then SWFC are relegated.
Is it a 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow?
I think it is. I think the West Brom Cov game.
Our last finishes work at 12:30. I ought to be on the road by 1, so I'm going to be I'll be listening to Talk Sport for that one, I think, on the way up the road. Steph will be going mental because all she's got on is Talk Sport for 4 hours on the way up tomorrow.
There's only 3 things I listen to in the car when I'm travelling around. I'm either listening to the Blades Ramble,
agreed,
or Ramble FC, or I'm listening to Talk Sport, or Not the Top 20, which is a podcast I really like, which is EFL football.
So mine is pretty similar, except because of my job, I listen to The Economist quite a bit on podcasts, and then the other that I recommend to people is Ben Foster.
Oh yeah, the what does he call it? The Fozcast.
The podcast. You call it the podcast?
I think it's Fozcast. I think I saw.
Fozcast. And that. So yeah.
Oh, save it in your post.
Great save. That's a good save. That.
It looked like a Hashi, if I'm not mistaken, kind of turns that over.
What's the goalkeeper doing there? I'm sorry, what's the ball boy doing there? Does the ball boy come on there and pick up the ball before it goes out of play?
Oh, it's a header. And it was saved at the near post by Cornell. It's a header.
I think this will be a drop ball, this. I think, and I might be totally wrong, I could have swore that the ball boy comes on and collects a ball there.
Retrospectively, I think you're right. At the time, I didn't react to it.
It's going to be a drop ball to Blackburn.
Yeah, at the time I didn't react to it because I was too busy looking at where they'd almost scored from. And yeah, I think you're right. He crept onto the pitch, didn't he? He was a bit too eager to get the ball. He'll get a stern word about that, the ball boy, after the game.
Yeah, he will. I don't know what he was thinking. Oh no.
The poor lad got a bit excited, and the ball was coming
over.
Yeah,
he did, poor lad.
Rush of blood. But
see, multi-ball, the ball boys aren't actually supposed to give the balls to the players. They're supposed to. The cones are there, and the players are just supposed to take them off the cones. The ball boys are there and girls just to put them onto it.
I've seen some great moments with ball boys. You had the Jose Mourinho one recently. I remember when I was younger, I can't remember who the manager was. I think it might have been the Adrian Heath days, which I like to forget. But we were 2-0 down. Oh, dreadful! But we were 2-0 down at home to Ipswich, and we came back and drew 2-2. And I remember. Do you remember a player called Mick Stockwell for Ipswich? I think it was him.
I know the name Stockwell. Mick doesn't sound familiar.
Pretty sure it was him. He came running over to get the ball, and the ball boy was a bit slow to give it to him. Obviously, a young Sheffield United fan, and he came rushing over and he snatched it really nastily out of the ball boy's hands, and we all gave it the little handbag thing going ooh on the stand. It
can't be winding players up, can you?
Yeah, it was brilliant. And Preston just trying to knock the ball forward now. They've got the ball just on halfway and looking to stretch the pitch a little bit. It's now over to the left, to their 18. He's going to try and put a cross, and he lofts it high towards the far post. And he's just trying to keep that in. Does well to keep that in. Was that Small that kept that in?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was.
He tries to knock it back over.
So it's just lack quality, this game, hasn't it, when it comes to the final third? Really has.
Hopefully we've kept everyone entertained, because if they've been watching us and this game, I don't care what the content of our conversation has been like. It's been better than this game. In all honesty.
Yeah, we've even been giving weather updates.
Alexander says Hecky is one of those rare few who cross the line between both Sheffield clubs and has massive respect from both. Yeah, do you know what? I think I remember him even playing in the Sheffield derby. Unless I'm mistaken,
he played over 40 games.
What's that, mate?
He played over 40 games for him, I think.
He did. Unless I'm mistaken, I think he might have even played in the 3-1 where Michael Brown scored that volley. I know he was at Wednesday around that time, roughly. It might have been after they got relegated.
But he later than that. 2004 to 2006. So yeah.
I have a feeling he played in that game, unless I'm mistaken. He might have been at Wednesday a little bit later. I know it was around about that time.
04 to 06 he was there.
Was he? Yeah, I think he played in League One for
then
them
he
as well.
Then he went to Barnsley.
He's a Barnsley lad, isn't he, Eki?
Yeah, he is, yeah. That's where he started his managerial career, wasn't it?
Chef Steele says, even if BRFC draw tonight, even if Blackburn draw tonight, you wouldn't expect West Brom to beat Cov, so still expect Sunday to be the match that officially relegates them.
I hope so.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Double substitution for Blackburn, yeah.
Thank you, Carl. So it's great commentary, lads. Insightful, interesting, and no dead air whilst watching the match. Yeah, that's the one thing, Carl, and I tried to take from. So I travel about for work and go and see lots of customers. And the one thing I've always learned about meeting with people and having conversations and meetings is don't allow any dead air, and it applies to being live on the internet as well. You just got to try and not leave too much silent space, which is not difficult when you're watching the football, because it's just like being in the pub. This, isn't it, Gaz? Being in the pub with your mates, and we never shut up, do we? Once we start talking about football, it's like motor mouth, isn't it?
I'm a nightmare anyway. I can't sit on a car journey and be quiet. I can't.
Do you drive your missus mad all the way up to Sheffield?
I drive everyone in mad with it. Honestly, I drive people at work mad because I do not shut up. I can't do silence. I can't do awkward silence. So I just talk. I think it's a Yorkshire thing, in my opinion. I really do. I don't think you get many Yorkshiremen or women who will sit there and not say a word for 10 minutes. I'm just like, there's always something to talk about. There's always something interesting. And yeah, I'm a nightmare. I never shut up. I talk for England.
I used to have a reputation for when I played centre half for a season for one team, and I used to talk to the centre forward constantly through the match, and I was doing it on purpose. I was doing it to distract him, asking him what he thought of my boots, what's he doing on the weekend, things like that. And there was one striker one time that turned around and went, "Do you ever shut up?" And the rest of the defence were just laughing their heads off, like no, he don't. He's doing it on purpose, and he just lost it with me because I wouldn't shut up for 90 minutes, and I was doing it deliberately to put him off. It worked, but my missus says I'm just like that at home anyway. So
I don't shut up when I'm refereeing, whether I'm talking to the officials on the comms or something, and I have to. We have to clamp down on it now since our recordings are all recorded now. We have to. It's like don't say anything unless it adds value. So I have to really struggle when I'm officiating now on the line. But in the middle, I'm talking to players all the time because I always learn the names. I'll always go out and I definitely try and find out all the players' names quick. I'll always know the skippers. I'll introduce myself when I go out, and then I'll always get the centre midfielder's name. And you come out with little quirks. One of my quirks when I give a pre-match when I'm in the centre circle is, look, I'm either going to be in your ear or in your way. That's one line I always say. Into the centre, depending on where they're playing. What's the other one I use loads. I'm trying to think of another one off the top of my head, but I goes, oh yeah, that's the other one. I'll say, oh yeah. I goes, 90% of my decisions will be correct. I goes, there'll be 10% where you don't think they are. I goes, but I know for a fact you're going to shank a ball in 10 minutes time, guaranteed. So we're even, aren't we? Let's start on that one. So you just speak to players. Don't get it wrong. Sometimes you need to know what these players are like, but 9 times out of 10, you get away with it.
You've got to build a relationship with them as well, haven't you? Because you get more respect from them then, and they'll cut you a bit of slack more as well, and you'll probably cut them a bit more slack as well, and the game will flow. Blackburn, they're just on the attack again. A shot from the edge of the area, it's deflected and it goes out for a corner. It's a corner from Blackburn's right hand side, Preston's left. Swings into the near post. Preston just about get that away.
I don't think there's going to be much time added on here.
No, we're coming up to 87 minutes, and a ball towards the back stick, and that goes out for a goal kick. It looks like these two teams are going to have to settle for a point at this stage. It's been a hard watch from a goalmouth action point of view.
Yeah, definitely. The quality's not been there, has it?
Did you watch the Fab? Oh, the Fab. Is he talking about the
the forum? No, I haven't watched it yet.
I started watching it earlier. I watched the first few minutes. Dublin Blade. I've got to pick it up again. I'll probably sit down if the missus will allow me.
I'll probably put it on in the car tomorrow. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
That's what I do with a lot of Jimmy stuff. If he puts it, just so you know, if you don't get a chance to watch anything on Blades Ramble or Ramble FC or anything, go on to Spotify. It's on there. That's what I listen to, a lot of Jimmy's stuff on there when I'm driving places.
Same. I pick up a lot of anything I've missed. I pick up on Spotify. I pick the audio up in the car because obviously I'm driving around for work a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly. I listened to the presser today on the way back from Sandhurst. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. West Brom 12:30. Oh, it's 12:30 kickoff. Okay, thank you, Luke. I didn't know that. Massive howler if the keeper lets that in, says Nick.
Yeah, got that chance earlier,
James says Fozcast is good, gives good insights into things. Yeah, so we were talking about Ben Foster earlier. He seems like a nice lad as well, Ben Foster. He's always seemed very down to earth to me.
I wonder if this is tactical.
Oh, Cornell's down.
I was just about to say, there's been no injuries this game at all. It's just been the subs. I didn't think there'd be much time added on, but
Cornell down on the edge of the Preston.
This will be a nice 2 minutes added on.
You do see some teams, don't you? That's a.
That's just a coming together for me.
Yeah.
It's outside.
You do see some teams, though, don't you, Gaz, where, like Preston, I like Eki, and I think they're an honest team. They're an honest bunch of lads. But like tonight, I've seen this from Preston before, where they just don't look like scoring. You think if they crept into the playoffs and somehow got promoted through the playoffs, God, they've got to spend a lot of money. They've got to spend a lot of money, haven't they? I mean, they're not.
Referee knows. Sorry, Lou. Referee knows that's tactical, by the way. The referee is smiling there with the physio. That is tactical. Look, that is so tactical. Law is going to change, I think, with this. This happens a hell of a lot because, as everyone knows, if a goalkeeper if a player goes down, you're off the pitch for 30 seconds before you can come back on. Goalkeeper, that doesn't have to happen. I think this is going to change in the next year or two. I really do, because it's tactical. It happens a hell of a lot in the game, and they're trying to stop it because our game time, since we brought in the tools that the referees have got now, has got bigger and it's got a lot better.
Yeah,
but that's a problem, and people are aware of it as well. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
See, that would have only been. That would have been a 3 minute add-on, and that's it for this game.
Well, you comment about things changing. Some laws need to change, and it's we don't welcome change as football fans. We're like creatures of habit. We don't want anything to change, do we? But like with the offside law, they're talking about bringing that Wenger rule in for offside. I'm all for it. Give the benefit to the attacker.
I don't think it'll change.
You don't think so? Not come in.
No. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. If it changes, I don't think it changes. And I can't remember who I had this conversation with. It doesn't change a thing. People are still gonna go, all right, so there's daylight, but his little toe was ahead of that daylight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're always gonna have a margin somewhere. So it's just, where do you take that margin from? I don't think it changes much, personally. I really don't. I don't think it changes much, if anything.
See, this is why you give insight, Gaz. I'm serious here. Why you give insight that some of us aren't capable of, because you see it from a referee's perspective as well, and some of the things that that we don't. Your angle and view on some of this stuff in terms of what you think will change and what you think the value is in anything changing with particular laws or rules. We think like fans. The ball I just had to turn away there because the ball just.
Yeah, my thinking is, from an assistant referee, I think it would be harder to make a decision, openly and honestly.
Yeah.
But maybe that's me just being old-fashioned because I'm used to being an AR, a lino, as it is now. I think it's very much, there's got to be a line somewhere, and I say that very flippantly. It doesn't matter where you draw that line. It's the same when on VAR, my offside that I got wrong. If VAR comes in there, that's onside. VAR give that onside, but letter of the law, I'm wrong because of that 5 centimeter gap that's in, and that's what it's like. There's got to be a line somewhere. Premier League, I get it wrong on field, but VAR says I'll be correct.
It was never like this, though, were it, Gaz? When, like, I go back to when I was a kid, and referees were just allowed to make on-field decisions. And yes, we gave them a lot of stick. They got a lot of abuse for when we saw replays for getting things clearly wrong, or that he was a mile onside or he was a mile offside or whatever, and they got it wrong. But I'll be honest, I'd take that. I'd take going back to how it was, because, and I'm not against VAR. The concept of VAR, I understand. I get it, and I think it could be used in a better way. I don't think it's, and I know you've got to be careful what you say, but just, this is my opinion, no one else's at this point. I just don't think it's executed and utilised well enough. I think it's used in the wrong way, the technology, and it could be used a lot better. And it might evolve into something that I find more, more appropriate to what, what we all want. But I don't know. I don't know how much you can say about it and how much you can't as a referee, as a match official. Probably not loads, to be honest. I'm putting you on the spot a bit.
What's my opinion on VAR? I think it serves a purpose. I really do. I think
it's an evolution as well, though, isn't it?
I'll use Frank Lampard's goal at 2006 World Cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In Germany, we can't be having that in football, and I think that's where I'm at with it. We can't have them sort of problems, in my opinion. Long throw coming in here for Blackburn. I think literally 1 minute to go. Long throw.
We are in the 95th minute. We're in the final minute of added time. And that's cleared by Preston. It comes back out. It's Cashin, though. He's going to swing that back stick. Headed in. It's a goal!
Oh, wow.
What
is the keeper doing there? Wow.
Mahashi at the back stick.
He's been lucky not to get a couple of goals as it is. Wow.
Blackburn win it at the death. And Cashin swings the ball back in. They've been poor tonight as well, Preston.
Yeah, frick hell, goalkeepers up there. They have been poor tonight. I don't think either team personally deserves to win, but we have said throughout the 90 minutes, haven't we, that if there's anyone that looks like they've got the quality to get something, it has been Blackburn over Preston.
There was a reason I paused just before he headed it, because when it comes towards Ahashi, I just think, as someone that played football, I just think, just stick your head on that, because there's a gaping gap at that back post, and that's exactly where he puts it. Lofted ball towards the back stick.
Ball on his own. Nobody picks him up.
Oh, it's a great header.
What is the key? Am I being harsh on the goalkeeper here?
He's flat-footed, isn't he? I don't know if he doesn't think that Hashi's going to do anything. It's not in the
corner, is it in the corner? It's not really. Yeah, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Well,
we got the goal in the end. We got the goal.
Yeah.
And, goal. It's the one. In fairness, all right. It doesn't help us with Sunday, but it stops Preston picking up any points. So
exactly.
It's a good result.
And to be honest with you, I had this down as a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Could we be 3 points off the playoffs come Sunday afternoon?
We're all going to get excited again. I think that might be it. Oh no, it's yellow card.
Yeah, Smalls lost his head there, I think. Oh, heck, he's going to be going mental. That shocks me. That shocks me. German football is usually very affordable.
Yeah. It
Somebody who lives there.
It's for the fans, isn't it? German football. It's normally very affordable.
So that's stupid by Small, that. That is stupid.
Couldn't tell the ball boy he needs to wait.
Yeah.
Spot on, Gav, says Davey.
I don't know which one that was.
Come on, the burn, says Millwall Holdings.
They'll definitely want that, won't he? Looking forward to Sunday. Too right I am, James. Too right I am.
Gaz will be there, James. I'll be on the watch along. So, we're massively looking forward to it. Full time.
And I want to see. It's kicking off. It is kicking off.
Kicking off big time.
Referees there. He needs to get. I'm going to say Small needs to get himself out of there, because he could end up with a second caution here.
And just going to update the score on the screen. And So Blackburn Rovers win this game with a late goal, and it's Sahashi, the substitute, that comes on and wins it. So Blackburn Rovers 1, Preston 0. It's how it finishes. And unbelievable, really, Gaz, because, it looked to me like it was just going to end in a bore draw, a 0-0, and certainly we didn't have many chances in the game. It's a great header at the back stick from that cash-in cross to sort of guide it towards the opposite side into the far corner. Like you say, Cornell completely flat-footed in the Preston goal. You wonder what he was doing. I think he just didn't think he was going to get on the end of it or get anything on it.
Yeah, maybe.
And it falls nicely to him.
Bloody hell, Blackburn pushing on in the league now. Looking at that table. 38 points Blackburn now. That puts them 6 points clear. Yes, West Brom, Leicester and Portsmouth have got games in hand on them, but no, heck, he's going to go Bayer Leverkusen, or he must be on about Bayern Munich, I'm guessing. 95 quid. You're right there, definitely gift guy. I've not got gift of the gab, Deborah. I just don't shut up. There's a difference.
They don't have to spend money. They could just accept they'll go back down and take the parachute payments.
I think that's off your comment of Preston, mate, there, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It sets them up, doesn't it?
I play my love team, Bromley, next. All right, Bromley. So I know a guy who is massively into Bromley with the veterans team. So in fact, Bromley veterans are playing Millwall veterans, I think next week, if I remember rightly. Armed Forces veterans of Bromley against Armed Forces veterans of Millwall. So I want to try and get down. My mate who's massively involved down there is doing a great job with the veteran community down at Bromley. And that. So yeah, get down there, mate, if you can.
That's some proper football as well. You'll get treated to there. Probably be better than what we've watched tonight. But Blackburn won it, and Ohashi is celebrating in front of the Blackburn fans at the minute, and they look absolutely thrilled to get that 3 points. It's a huge win for Blackburn. Nick New says VAR wasn't brought in for 1 millimetre offsides.
No, but offside is offside. I say this a lot, and it doesn't matter if you're 1 centimetre offside or 1 yard offside. You're offside. That's what it is, and that's what the clubs wanted.
And Paul says absolutely fantastic stream, and I'll keep coming back. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that.
I'll see you on Monday, mate.
This has got to change ASAP for the amount of time goalkeepers are getting. It's killing our great game, happening more and more, says Red Bull.
Like I say, Red Bull, I think it'll change.
Needs to draw lines. It's onside as far as I'm concerned. Gaz, why don't refs stop the clock like rugby? And do you give a decision on foul throws? This is a bugbear of mine.
So we don't stop it, but we take time. So for a substitution, the first 30 seconds are expected, but then everything after that gets added on. Goals are the same. The first 30 seconds after a goal, it doesn't really get added on, and then the rest does. We go on verbatim time. The second AR normally feeds that into the fourth official, and the fourth official, I was at Bristol last week. I'm there writing on my card everything. I had Charlotte, who was the manager, ask me, how long's left, Gaz? Well, it's here, Charlotte. So yeah, and yes, we do flag for offsides. Normally the referee does the hands. The AR normally does the feet, just for awareness.
No, we have a late goal after all, says Nick New. Massive result for Blackburn, certainly. And Jimmy says, I called it. Great result for us. This it is, mate. And you did call it. You said about, 20, 25 minutes ago, Blackburn were going to nick it. And you were spot on. I didn't think you would be when Baraji missed that chance. He missed a great chance at the near post, didn't he, Gaz? And we thought that was the one. But, they got that one more opportunity right at the end of the game. And it looks like Cashin got man of the match for Blackburn, which probably tells a story about how the game went. The defender getting the award. Millwall Holdings is back with, so there's a goal ruled out for offside tonight.
No, mate. People are just asking about the offside, mate. That's all. I didn't see a goal disallowed.
Does that mean it's all on the West Brom game? Yes, Dom, it is. It's all on. Basically, just I'm going to have another look at the table. It might come up on the screen in a moment, but I think
I always thought it was. To be fair, I didn't see tonight having an impact really. I know if Blackburn had lost, it meant they would have been on 35 points. But let's be honest, with the goal difference of 35 between Blackburn and Sheffield Wednesday, I didn't really see it being a I think it was all about the West Brom game for me.
Well, we just need West Brom not to beat Cov tomorrow to be able to have the opportunity to relegate Sheffield.
If they get a draw, though, I even think a draw to turn around a 30-goal difference ain't going to happen. So I just want tomorrow. Can Coventry just please beat West Brom? I don't ask for much. I will ask for much, actually. Could we go and smash Wednesday 4-0 at the weekend?
Well, Blackburn are up to 19th with that win. They are now 6 points above the relegation zone. It's a great result for them. Preston, it's not all doom and gloom. You're still on 48 points. You're 8th. You're level on Derby in 6th. So Preston's still very much in that playoff contention. I'd certainly swap places with them at the moment, guys. I have to say, as a Sheffield United supporter, so they shouldn't be too downbeat about it.
Yeah, I'd swap places right now as well. And I look at the games tomorrow. Wrexham have got Ipswich. Hopefully Ipswich can win that. Derby have got Watford. That's got probably a draw written all over it, and you wouldn't expect Watford to. You could see Watford actually winning that just as much as Derby. So, yeah, I think we could be closer.
Paul's delighted that Derby is still 6th.
Charlton, the score is tomorrow. I'd like to know what he thinks the score is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, let us know, Paul, if you can. I'm going to call it in a minute, but if you've got time, let us know what you think it's going to be. Chef Steele says, Tom, even if it was a draw tonight, it wouldn't help us for Sunday. Blackburn only need 1 point tonight to become uncatchable. That's true. Mathematically speaking, mathematically speaking, even if West Brom draw tomorrow, it doesn't mathematically relegate Wednesday. So they need to win to confirm it and deny us the spoils on Sunday. Cheers, guys, up the blades. Kevin Jack says, too late now, lads. Don't know whether he means for the stream or for the for the relegation. Fair play to Blackburn. As bad as Cov's recent form has been, can't see them losing to West Brom, so it will stay as they are being officially put on them at Bramall Lane. Let's hope so. James says there is a blade who works in commercial at Bromley. Interesting. We are all... Yeah, let us know that is. We're all taking the mick out of Charlton, saying their local derby will be with Bromley now. Cheers for the stream, chaps. Wasn't the best game, but at least you got some new subs. Yes, thank you for that. Dom says, brilliant stream, lads. Thoroughly enjoyed. Thanks to both of you for giving up your Friday night for us all. Thank you, mate. It's a pleasure. I don't know about you guys. I really enjoy doing them. They're really good fun. It's nice to just hang out and talk football and watch a game. I really enjoy it. So it's a pleasure, not sure. Is to you, Sheffield Wednesday. Millwall bit off more than they could chew. Yeah, we know what that's in reference to. Davey says, if only Jimmy got his football therapy predictions right. Ooh, Davey.
You're not wrong there, Dave.
Kenwin Jack, nope. Where did that Blackburn player go to who scored all them goals in recent years? Name escapes me. I don't know if he's talking about Brereton Diaz. Oh no, Smodix. Maybe he was talking about Smodix is at Derby now, isn't he? Paul and Derby will be able to tell.
Yeah, I can see that result tomorrow.
Yeah, saying 2-1. And Dave Blayman, is this true? Seen it over the net the other year. Sheffield left his leg behind. Look it up. I don't know what he's talking about there. I'll just finish on. We need a lot of draws tomorrow, other than Hull and Leicester. Yeah, we do. It'll be what it'll be, Daniel. We can only focus on ourselves. We've got to go and win Sunday. What results will happen tomorrow will happen. We're not in control of it, are we? So at this stage, we're playing catch up. We're just hoping that teams slip up, and all we can do is keep winning games. Try and keep winning games. Starting with Sunday and chip away at it and be in contention towards the end. I'm starting to get a feeling that we can be, especially if not too many results go against us tomorrow. It gives us a great opportunity against Wednesday on Sunday to narrow the gap. Michael Brown says, when is Rothwell back? Don't know, actually. Well, he got a straight red. So 3 games.
So 3 games. So what was that? So what's he's missed so far? He's only missed 1, hasn't he?
He's missed 1, so yeah, this will be the second of 3 games, won't it?
So he's not back for a while then. So he'll be back. In fact, he'll be back next weekend against QPR, won't he? He missed Pompey. miss Wednesday, miss Coventry. He'll be back against QPR, mate.
He'll be back for our trip to QPR. Yeah, he certainly will be. And we can't have too many good players, so we'd welcome him back. And that's a tough away trip for us. And we can't afford too many mistakes now. As you know, we need to go and win that game, as we do on Sunday. But I'm going to call it there, mate. Thank you very much for joining me. I've really enjoyed your company. It's been a pretty dreadful game to watch, let's be honest with you. But it looks like we've done all right for viewers and likes and whatnot. We've got a few new subscribers, so we're grateful to everyone for that. Thank you to everyone that joined us, and for those of you that commented. For now, we'll see you soon. I'm back on Sunday for the Sheffield Derby, for the watch along for that. Gaz, I know you do a few of these as well. You'll be involved. I think we might have something special coming next week. We won't talk too much about it, but we might have something special coming up.
We've got Monday as well, mate. So me and old George Motson will be here Monday night for the Everton Man United game. So look forward to that.
Yeah,
come to that, please do.
Lots of good things happening on Ramble FC as well as on the Blades Ramble. And check out Behind the Ramble as well, because there's some really good content over there as well. If you're not already liked and subscribed to the channels, check them out. And please go over and make sure that you do that and stick your notifications on. The main man says, brilliant stream, lads. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Thank you for coming along, and thanks for watching and for commenting. Avid follower north of the border. Thank you, mate. Right, that's it. So the game finished Blackburn Rovers 1, Preston North End 0. Huge result for Blackburn, massive implications for the battle down at the bottom. Preston, by no means out of that playoff race, but yeah, didn't come away with a share of the spoils tonight, unfortunately for them. Thank you to everyone for joining us. Please remember to like and subscribe to Ramble FC, and we will see you all soon.